Okay.
And now we're starting.
Oh, wow.
What's our
Okay.
factspiration question this
Oh,
week,
right,
Crash?
yeah.
We never even said it. It is what television, book, video game, etc. character would your character be best friends with and why, assuming a full metaverse, multiverse. All right, so ruminate on that, and then before that, does anybody want to get a point of DM inspiration for summing up what happened the last time? Going once, twice. There's a lot of stuff, and yet at the same time, not a lot of stuff. So it would be like a very interesting one to recap. But I am totally willing to do it if nobody is able. All right, I'll go ahead and sum it up then. So last week, you guys had each in turn received a call for aid from the nation of Aresia, and each of you serendipitously, as though bound by fate, airdropped in or teleported in or beast moded in or any other number of dope ass Marvel Cinematic Universe entry scenes into the middle of this Zakharoth guy's fortress. And therein you called him out for a relatively epic battle against a former enemy during the War of Mitros. Things looked like they were going really well and really smoothly. Superhero level power, just wrecking everybody. But Zakharoth had a trump card, a giant, titanic shambling mound, obviously infused with some sort of fell magic, or perhaps even divine might. Quickly, Zakharoth realized that his plan had backfired when Philippocles shoved him into the eye socket of said cyclopean plant beast, and he was then disintegrated by the creature's eye beam, much to the disappointment of Hypatia, who had only come here to ask Zakharoth some questions, not to save Aresia. You know how that goes. So then the party did battle with this divine being, this strange creature, and the battle was long and hard fought. So long and so hard fought that we had cutscenes wherein we looked at what the characters did right before they came to the fight to get kind of a general sense of like who they are now and where they have been for 7 years. When the battle concluded with the destruction of the beast, bursting forth from its shattered chest cavity was a divine spark. Anna, more interested in the survival and health of her allies, watched the divine spark sputter and disappear, and then went to her allies' aid. When everybody was back on their feet, wounds were tended.
Test.
Yeah, Testicles was there too, yes. And then
Sorry.
you guys examined the remains of the beast and found mixed in with the different rotting vegetation and platelets, a familiar face.
Eteocles. No, that's spooky.
And that's pretty much where we left off. It was with Hypatia kind of looking down at the mask and everyone's attention being drawn to it. And that's it. So after this factspiration question is answered, we will return to Dustmarrow Keep and the remains of the beast and just kind of pick up right where we left off. So, does anybody want to answer the question, in the meta multiverse, what television, book, video game, etc. character would your character be best friends with and why?
I could do that.
Okay. Cyrus, who in all of the metaverse would Cyrus be best friends with?
At this point in his life, I'm guessing he would be really good friends with Lady Hellbender from Marvel.
Oh, I'm going to have to Google that one. Lady Hellbender.
Oh, yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxies. Her whole big thing is getting all
Monster.
these giant monsters, being like the queen of monsters.
She's like the monster hunter queen.
Oh hell yeah!
She doesn't
Yeah.
kill them. She keeps
Yeah,
she makes
keeps
them
as
into
all
like
his pets,
allies,
Yeah. Her whole planet is filled with them, I think.
including things like
Oh.
Fing Fang Foom is one of her pets.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! That's
Now-
really cool.
Now, are you saying? Never mind.
So that
You're a pet in the scenario? Or what's?
I mean, in the picture, Hulk looks like he's having a good time. So I don't know.
didn't see
like,
Hulk.
Yeah. Like, so I just photoshopped Cyrus's face. Keep the expression, and we're good. All right. Hell yeah.
No, I think he's. They're like friends. They're both friends of monsters. I think that's what he's. Going
Okay.
for. Yeah. He'd be like the
That is
king,
what
and
we're
she
going
could be the
for.
queen. sort of
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah. That's nice. That's nice. All right. That's
This
a
robot
great answer.
character, though, I want to know what he's about. What's his?
He's the camera.
He seems like a
so.
Beaker sort of guy.
Yeah. Well, now I kind of want to read like some of these Earth 616 Hellbender.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's actually the new Hulk, who's actually the Cho guy.
Frank Cho's guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause looking at his outfit, he's got the armband and stuff on there.
Very nice.
Hmm.
Frank Cho, a very talented relic from an earlier age. So, but if you like that, if you like that kind of cheesecake, muscles and boobies, and I mean that he's the guy. He's the guy for that. Yeah. All right, I'll check that out. Cool. Thank you. I was unaware of that character. All right, let me guys take you over to Duskmorrow Keep.
In the latest Guardians of the Galaxy video game, she had a very prominent role.
Oh,
It was very cool to see her. She got cool voice
Did that
lines
have
and stuff.
multiplayer or no?
I don't know. I never played it. I've just seen cinematic
Mhm.
clips from it.
It's really good.
Maybe I'll watch somebody play it while I'm working. So. All right. Oh, look at this guy. Didn't end combats. I told Dom, I said, I'm going to try my best to start ending combats when they're over. I promise. Dom, I let you down, buddy. Oh, well.
We healed Bullbug, right? I'm pretty sure we did.
There we go.
I would have.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming you drop some heals on him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like seeing the red X on him.
Yeah, we could not start the new campaign killing Bullbug.
Oh,
I
God.
still get angry messages about killing the Ultros, and that was a fucking boat. So yeah, I'm not gonna.
Spoilers.
I know Mercer's been going through some shit because they apparently killed somebody on Critical Role. #spoiler. And
I think they killed like 3 people.
yeah, and he's been under fire for that hardcore. So.
What? People dying in Dungeons
Yeah.
and Dragons is a ability?
I tattooed all those characters on my body. It's like, okay, that's your problem, I guess.
I think it was one of those scenarios when you had the option to run or stay and fight, and everyone chose to fight, and it just didn't end well.
Yeah. Now I want to watch. I had stopped watching because it was so fucking boring. But I don't know. I might just watch some of the Danny Carr recaps so I can figure out who fucking died. So, all right. Anyways, let's play our game.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here you guys are. The body, the parts, the people. I'll change out the music, but please feel free. You have access to each other. Roleplay away.
Yeah, when the combat settles down,
Mm-hmm.
Phil's gonna go straight to Hypatia. And he's gonna be like, you don't call, you don't come to dinner, you don't send. I haven't seen you in 7 years. It's good to see you. But what the fuck?
I'm gonna like pat Phil on the shoulder and just like walk past him over to Zambrox, and we're gonna chat about all the information that we found inside Zambrox or not on Zakroth's keep.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
IRL
Yeah.
ghosting. Oh man.
Phil's jaws dropped. And then he turns to Cyrus. Same to you. You look different.
It's been a bit of a journey.
Yeah, I can see that.
Good news is, found a nation for monsters to live in like me.
Yeah, I heard about you guys. Was meaning to swing by, but I was waiting for an invitation.
Oh. Yeah, I should probably work on that.
I mean, we only saved the world together.
True, but I had to kind of figure out where I was after Nessa.
I get it. But all I know is Anna's my only friend left. She at least comes to dinner.
Well, he was on the way. Of course I would visit.
I come to dinner all the time.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
visited.
you're
I pat
Angie,
Bullbug
you know-
awake with some healing. Come on, buddy, you're okay. Stop being too dramatic. We got it. We got it. Don't worry.
Alright.
We killed her from the inside.
Yeah. It choked on me, I bet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool watching you go in.
Yeah, I mean, it was, man. Whew, that was a lot tougher than, he almost says Picklesaurus, but he says, I mean, it was alright.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell the kids about that one.
Yeah, it was definitely strange. Something was wrong with it. Even that spark looked strange. I hesitated. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't wish this on anybody. And I don't think it was right for me. You did what was right.
I'm sure it'll show up again and maybe we can capture it. I don't know.
Hopefully it finds someone that's worthy of it. Where did Reset go? She hasn't come to dinner either.
Reset's dragon lands next to Reset, and they look at each other, and that's it.
That battle happened.
Yep. There's no thank God you're alive. There's no congratulations. They just look at each other, nod, and then turn their gazes to you guys.
Strictly business. Fly over to Hypatia. You're like,
Yeah,
Zamrox hugs you as
Aw.
soon as you get close.
oh, thanks, Samrox.
and
Nice
you'll
to see
notice
you.
that you were interrupting a little bit of an argument.
Oh.
And then eventually Hypatia says, "I'm sorry, Phil. I was busy. Hi, Anna."
Hey, Hypatia. It's so good to see you. And she hugs you. And then, yeah, I'm sure you must have been very busy. Do you know anything about this or what Zakroth was doing here?
Oh, Zamrox says, and he holds up a book, and it has the weight and the feel of an incriminating document.
Mm.
He opens the book and he puts his reading spectacles on, or his spectacles as they're called by some, and
Spectacles, brand spectacles.
yes, and he points to a section in Zakroth's journal. It seems that Zakroth was in pursuit of true divinity, that the powers of the Nyx that he bargained for through Lutheria, he was afraid of losing with her absence, and he felt that they were not enough because of his defeat during the Battle of Mitros.
Oh.
Now, the assumption would be that whatever he needed was inside the impenetrable city of Aresia. except that there is a passage that kind of catches your attention, and it says, basically it paraphrases because he uses some foul language and some inappropriate terms. He's a little problematic, you know how warlords are. But basically, Narcissus has promised to reveal the path to divinity, but I must free him from Aresia's control. And then underneath it says, at any cost. And it's underlined 3 times.
We haven't heard about Narcissus since the end of the war, I don't think, right? Didn't he just disappear?
Yeah, he has not been seen since before the Battle of Mitros.
Okay. Well, I know. Remember, we learned about Aresia's holding on to some artifact. I don't know if we learned that in character. That was some history lesson we got from Chandris, but I guess it might be worth talking to Helen about. We're gonna have to go tell him that problems, they're safe for now. So when we make our way over there, maybe we can ask.
All right.
While they're talking about nerd stuff,
Yeah.
Phil's gonna be going through the corpse of this giant monstrosity, looking for anything valuable or useful that he could salvage.
The creature contains enough heartwood and living ironwood to make any druid circle weep with open joy. It can be used to craft all manner of druid friendly items.
Okay. Has
Make a boat.
Astoria had good relations with any druid circles since the war? Weren't there the good druids that fought in the Battle of Mitros?
Well, there were the good druids of the city of Mitros, the ones that try to sort of teach that civilization and the wild places of the world can live together in harmony. So they would certainly appreciate these sort of supplies and would probably pay, for them if you wanted compensation.
Oh yeah,
And
Phil's gonna.
they could be used to try to broker some sort of peace or alliance with the estranged druids of the Old Wood.
Alright, Phil's just gonna start harvesting and bundling up and grabbing what he can manage on his own.
What do you
Bulldog can
do?
manage.
What do you do with the ominously familiar face?
I thought Hypatia had that, right? Or didn't she throw it aside?
Just sort of dropped it like it was
Poison.
hot and then ran away.
Not meant to be, yeah.
I'll pick it up and I will I'll put it in my bag and I'll ask the druids about it when I give them these materials.
Okay.
Didn't you guys bury that?
Yes, I did. Well, I don't know if I buried specifically his face, but I remember taking a piece of talus once we freed him, Rester, from him. I remember taking that and burying it at the heart tree on the golden heart near the heart tree of Thylea.
Did you tell people that you did that?
Yeah, I mean, you would have seen that, yeah.
Yeah, then when Cyrus asks that, I'll be like, last I knew, Anna left it at the golden heart. Crazy it would end up here.
That makes me concerned about the heart tree, then.
Might be worth investigating. Harder to get around nowadays without a giant boat. Looks at Phil scorns at Hypatia, knowing that she could have teleported to dinner literally whenever she wanted.
Yeah, but then they couldn't teleport
he
out
does-
until they take a long rest, so they'd have to hang out for like 8 hours.
Yeah, it adds up. It adds up. Yeah, that might be worth taking a look at.
Okay, you get the max drops from this creature as if you had defeated a treant and a shambling mound. from Hammond.
Nice.
Do you think it's worth checking out any more of this place? Make sure they're all cleared out? I assume most of them just started like running whatever stragglers were left.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you were to take the time to go through the fortress, and sort of, pillage their remaining war funds or whatever, it would come to 22,000 drachmae.
I just let Aresia have it because probably most of their.
Or you could
wow.
let your wizard
Did you
have it.
did you make that decision?
No, I suggest it though. I
Okay.
want use from
I will
any do we
put
have.
that in treasure, and you guys can figure out what to do with it.
You say war funds. I don't assume it's all just gold.
Oh no, it would require like liquidation.
Yeah, that's
all
what I
that kind
mean.
of
Like
stuff.
they'll send teams of their own people to take this fortress down and do whatever they want with it. Unless any of my party members intend to claim this keep for their own now.
I have no need for keep, but some of that money I can put to good use. A lot of people still in need.
Of course. I might.
That is for sure. All of the northern settlements, the ones that don't even get names in the official adventure, like they're just, there's pictures on the map, but we don't even know what the names are. So many of them were just completely destroyed before the war even started, as the northern barbarians and centaurs, led by Baenor, inspired but not commanded by Sydon, rode through and torched and pillaged and trampled down settlement after settlement, making their way south towards towards Astoria.
I might have to trouble you for some of a portion of that stuff that the druids would like. I've been trying to start talks to mend some relations. Instructed them to build, some agoras to meet, a place where the settlers and the Fae can meet, but I don't know if it's been going so well.
All right, let's cut it all in half then. Half to our allies and half to your cause.
Sweet. Okay, should we start making our way to Risha to let them know the good news?
Hypatia just looks grumpy about it.
I guess we could send a letter.
Crash,
No.
how have relations between Aresia and Astoria been since the war?
Between who and who?
Astoria and Aresia.
Oh, I mean, Astoria and Aresia has been fine. Astoria has never been an issue for Aresia, mostly because you guys are a bunch of fat drunks, so like there's nothing to worry about. Sorry, that's Aresia talking, not your DM. Yeah, they don't at any point view Aresia, or Aresia does not view at any point Astoria as any sort of threat or enemy. Mitros, on the other hand, there was building tension there. There's a history of war, and there is a general feeling like Aresia did everything they could and sacrificed much to save Mitros, and has very little to show for it in return. So there are some hard feels still. The war did not unite the nations. There is still a lot of tension between them. It's the classic, like, Athens, Troy kind of like You know,
Yeah.
like culturally they can never see eye to eye, but the tension that has lingered from like Aresia aiding Mitros, and then here they've been under siege from Zakroth and his horde for a long time, and no aid was sent by Mitros to help them. And then finally, Helen had to kind of reach out to you guys, had to kind of go and, as demeaning as it is, ask for aid from you guys. Whereas there's a certain kind of thinking that maybe they feel like they shouldn't have had to ask. Like Mitros should have been there, like they were there for Mitros kind of thing. So it's very tense. But the Queen, none of you are affiliated with Mitros, so the Queen does not hold any of you like responsible for the actions of Mitros or the inactions of Mitros. She doesn't associate you guys with Mitros. You guys are your own people. Phil represents Astoria. Anna, you have your bird nation or whatever it is. So yeah, like they don't. Again, trying to stay character for Aresia here. They don't view you guys as part of the problem. If anything, they look to you for aid. They look to you as their saviors, as their solution.
Yeah.
Patty will just sigh and say, "No, we have to go to Aresia. I have to talk to Narcissus.
Wait,
I wanted to avoid this. This is why I've been avoiding. I'm gonna get sucked into all these problems, and but we have to go."
What? Do we have to talk to my uncle? He's not going to help us.
Well, that might be the next. Oh, yeah.
We have to know what Zakroth wanted from him, what he was offering Zakroth.
Curious to see what he looks like as a dragon, though.
Well, I would prefer to be well rested.
Kyra says, you want me to spoil it? Should we spoil it for you? You want me to tell you? You want me to tell you what he looks like?
Yes, honey.
He looks like the fattest nerd. He's just... Imagine you guys are familiar with the hippopotamus. There's some on Indigo Isle.
Mm-hmm. They're very adorable.
Basically a hippopotamus with wings, with little tiny nerd glasses on. That's what he looks like as a dragon. Yeah, he had a huge glow up when he got the Domain of Beauty, let me tell you.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt he hasn't made any public appearances because he's so ashamed of himself.
I wonder where the Domain of Beauty went now.
Oh, I'm thinking probably to handsome bard boy that you guys let go. I think he was the one slated to receive it.
Oh,
Thylea.
Yeah.
Is it Talus?
Elias.
Yeah, Talius.
Talius.
Have we heard any word of Talius in the last 7 years?
I mean, you have heard rumors that sometimes out at sea, a fuchsia pink fog bank rolls in with the sound of party music, and that when it rolls back out, the ships that encountered whatever was inside that fog bank are changed forever. In so much as their definition of what a wild night of partying is the bar has been raised phenomenally.
I wonder if he took over his mother's barge.
That's definitely where he went, I imagine.
You don't think... has anybody actually gone to see Astraeus in 7 years? Does he live on the barge, maybe?
I'm not quite sure I want to drive back into the underworld
I
at
don't
this
know if we
moment.
could, right? Because don't we need a branch to come back?
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to go get a cutting from the heart tree of Thylea. I mean, there's a lot of running around to do. Speaking of running around, how are we going to be doing all our running around? We are doing running around, right, Hypatia? It's running around time. It's time to get the team back together.
I don't know.
This feels like a get the team back together kind of situation.
As great as that sounds, I have
Anna
much to take care
looks
of.
very excited to get the team back together.
What do you got? What do you got to do, Phil? Come on. What do you got to do?
Rule a city, raise kids.
I mean, Honor's like really good at ruling a city. I mean, are you?
I don't know how much help are you actually
Yeah, I
doing?
mean,
Phil looks insulted.
I'm just saying,
see-
when you started your Odyssey, you might have been able to help rule a city, but I feel like certain sacrifices were made that maybe you're not the most qualified to run a city anymore. I was just saying, like, walk me through a day as Philippocles ruling Astoria. Walk me
Well,
through a day.
You
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
at the beginning of the day, Anora's really busy, helping citizens. So I get all the kids and
Sure.
I feed
Yeah.
them breakfast.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I love that. I love
And-
Phil in like a
and
little
then-
apron, making
then-
pancakes, potato
Yeah.
pancakes.
Cheesy potato pancakes.
Yes.
And
Okay,
then,
okay.
the morale is really big deal in the city. So I'll take the kids around
Sure.
and we'll talk to people and we'll see what they need help with. If someone needs like stuff lifted, I'll lift it for them.
That's
And
true. Yeah.
I spend time, training the soldiers and keeping everyone in fighting shape. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of
Yeah.
work.
No,
And then,
yeah, for sure.
And then lunchtime comes around and Anora's busy, reading over laws and stuff. So I have to get the kids to lunch. And then, it's like I said, it's a lot of work.
Okay. What if I told you I already talked to Sepulchrax, aka Ironbelly, aka Granddaddy, and he has already volunteered to watch all the kids.
Yeah, I was thinking that's probably
But then
where,
Then I'd have to be away from them.
Aw, not forever. But like Phil, look at this thing. I think a lot of us would have died if you weren't here. And we're planning to do more crazy shit. Do you
Wait,
want us
we
to die,
are?
Phil? Yeah. Do you want us to all die?
What else is there to do?
Oh, Phil. If my brother is up to something, I'm imagining there's quite a bit. Because that guy's never up to anything at all. And when he is up to something, it's never something good.
Well, maybe it's time your brother got what was coming to him.
Wow,
what's that?
Whoa. Yeah, what's coming to him?
we're gonna go talk to him. Sure. Yeah,
Well,
I'm interested to see because he seemed like.
Yeah, wasn't he just on drugs
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
time?
I don't know what he could have been plotting or planning during that time. But
Didn't he kind of just like stare off into space and was like,
Uh,
a flower?
I
yeah,
mean,
he wanted a flower. He cried a lot. I remember there was some music that was playing. We met him. There was some fun music that played. His peacocks attacked me. I remember that. Or maybe it's because I looked at the wrong. It's probably my fault, honestly.
His drunken stupor is the lowest of his crime.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what's changed. If anything.
Not to mention, but Thylea is still out there. She didn't just disappear.
I mean, maybe she got smart and ran.
No, I think.
Are you willing to risk your kids' lives on that?
I think we hurt her feelings. That's why she's gone, in her own twisted way.
You think we hurt her feelings?
You know what I mean.
I'm not sure I do. Was it when we wouldn't eat people that had been sodomized because they were turned into pigs and she was barbecuing them alive and having a cannibal cookout?
Yeah,
And we didn't want.
I feel like that was their big chance to like convince us to her side, but obviously it is all terrible.
So
And she just gave up. She washed her hands of everything.
I only have nightmares about that night like twice a month, so.
I could understand them. Mm-hmm. Thanks for
So you want to go on some wild witch hunt?
Whoa. I mean, No.
Somebody's turning into a cranky old man.
Well,
I'll interrupt and say no, Phil. She's definitely up to something. What do
Yeah.
you think I've been doing for 7 years?
Yeah, this has her written all over it. Zakroth. He was like made of stardust. You saw him pull those monsters out of his chest.
Well, I mean, he had all those really cool Nyx powers, like back at the Battle of Vitros. He was, but he had bargained for them through Lutheria and other darker powers.
Yeah.
At least that's how the stories go.
Yeah, she said she went to the edge of the Nyx.
She was often talking about the edge of reason, the edge of madness, the edge of nothing, the edge of the Nyx, the edge of creation. I don't know. I'll be honest. I could never really make sense of half the things she was saying.
Me neither.
And
All
spent half of every conversation waiting for her to start trying to kill us. So.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come to Aresia. If we get any good clues, then maybe I could stay away for a while.
All
But
right.
I suggest we camp for the night.
Oh, like camp here? You want to camp
Oh,
outside?
you want
the
to rest?
courtyard,
You want to
or-
rest? I don't know.
I'm just saying,
missing
if we're going to
99%
see
of
my
the self.
uncle, I want to be at full strength.
I don't think he'd attack us, would he? But yeah, you do look pretty.
Or could it
beat
be
up.
the other
you do
way
look
around?
Pretty beat up, Phil. I guess have to reinstate the Anastasia health plan. Maybe lapse for 7 years.
Yeah, Phil looks at his gushing wounds and he's like, yeah, I guess I haven't felt like this in a while.
Don't you heal like automatically every?
Yeah, yeah, you do see Phil
slowly
just
fixing.
every 10 minutes, just another scratch. It just kind of clears up, and
Well, that's good.
as time goes on, his body is slowly recuperating itself.
I. Well,
Very slowly.
I was gonna say that 4 health you added is like nothing compared to your whole.
if you need time to think and rest before we return to Aresia, which is honestly, Kyra like side eyes reset, not a bad idea, because who knows? Queen Helen might view badly damaged Chosen of the Oracles as sort of an opportunity that we don't want to present. Yeah, we could just we'll just crash here for the night.
Are we close to where we found the flower?
I mean, with dragons and magic and whatnot, you're relatively close. Yeah, I mean, you're a couple of days travel on foot.
Yeah, I mean, if we could get there by the end of the night, it'd be kind of cool to spend the night there.
Sure, you want to see if another flower grew?
It was just a nice view.
All right, I don't think this is broken. Let me see. Uh-oh. No. So some of our older maps are from an earlier version of Foundry, and there were changes when they kind of leveled them up, and so if I load these older maps, it breaks my Foundry. So I'm going to need a few minutes to load back in.
We could Theater of the Mind.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
definitely going to need to now. Yeah, I'm there with you in spirit, y'all. I'm there with you in spirit. So let me get that booted back up. All right. Okay, so yeah, you guys leave the place behind, and Kyra will transform to dragon form and help fly some people. Cyrus, I believe, after a short rest, you should get back wild shapes.
Yep.
Yeah, so you guys take a short rest there. You could fly some people as well. Hypatia has magic flying, so yeah, you guys could kind of take wing and make it there just in time to see the sun setting on the mountains, on the beautiful flowered mountaintop, where the great spirit of wind used to come and stare longingly at the magical flower that was so important to Narcissus. All right. So you guys up on the mountain, watching the sun setting up camp. Purple tents are being erected. Hot pockets are being cooked over an open fire.
There's a tent that Kyra pulls out and just blushes furious like, no, Kyra! He has like stuffs that tent back into her bag.
As you guys set up camp
It's been a while.
and settle down for the evening, Kyra suggests to you guys that this would be the best time to openly and honestly catch each other up on what's going on. So what is going on?
I feel like everyone just looks at Hypatia.
Well, I would give as much of a lore dump as I have been able to obtain in the past 7 years. Which my player does not necessarily know.
Oh, okay. Passing the ball back to me, right?
Yes.
Oh man, where do we even start? Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see. You spent a lot of time investigating a lot of things. Are you willing to reveal all of this information to your allies?
I am primarily willing to reveal Lutheria-related things and Nyx-related things.
Okay. Let me check my notes. Okay. So, as you guys know, Thylea disappeared after the Battle of Mitros. Before she did, she passed the mantle of God of Death onto Astraeus and a Goddess of Life and Birth onto his lovely bride, thereby separating the two of them forever. Sort of a last sort of big fuck you. They settled into the roles placed before them, and things were bad at first. There was a period of time where people were not dying well, not staying dead, as sort of Astraeus had to kind of master the domain and these powers. But in time, things began to kind of even out, settle in. He has been approached by Philippocles about the release of Pythor's soul from the Isle of Oathbreakers, and Astraeus's many things, and among the things that he is a man of service. And with a pained look in his face, he explained to Phil that was something he could not do. That the oaths that bound your father are the same oaths that bind the world itself. and to break such oaths as Alexi, the Breaker of the Chain, was doing, threatens the stability of creation itself, and that he would not be a part of that process. You approached the warden, who was willing to make all sorts of deals before and released Helios into your guys' custody, only to find that he had been replaced by a slightly taller, slightly more eraser-headed Ultraloth. And she disavowed any knowledge of her predecessor, the warden, and his illicit activities. And essentially, after a curt meeting, refused to discuss it any further. Hypatia approached Astreus for the return of Chandris' soul, to which Astreus admitted that the Nether Seas were in disarray, and that among the missing souls that they were looking for, Chandris was one of them. And apparently these missing souls were causing a great deal of concern for him. But he did not elaborate or go into detail on it, Hypatia. When you kind of pushed and pressed, he just said, like, that they don't know where he is. They don't know if he was sent beyond the Nether Seas to an eternal resting place elsewhere, or if his soul has ceased to exist, or if he is with Lutheria, or if it's just sealed away somewhere in some gemstone or jar, buried beneath the earth. But if he could at least show you, he would. If he could at least give you a moment of peace and solace, and let you know something, he would. But that he had nothing.
Of course, I believe that Lutheria has him, so I've been after Lutheria.
But you have also found out that, through your research, that there are MacGuffins of great power. Such power that they exceed the power of the gods in some ways, and that exist outside of Thylea's domain, outside of her realm, outside of her world, and therefore are not bound to the rules, the restrictions of her world. And the one that I believe I mentioned to you was the... Let's see. Which one did I mention to you specifically? I don't want to get the wrong information here. Hold on. Let's see.
While he's searching, yeah, when talking about Astreus, you could tell that Phil is not happy with him. And he kind of scoffs at his name.
Okay. The reason that you were looking for, yes, the reason that you were looking for Zakroth is Zakroth was rumored to either have or have knowledge of the location of Ambrosia, which is essentially a divine artifact that can grant some measure of divinity and can return souls to the land of the living, and can do all sorts of other miraculous feats involving life, death, immortality, things like that. From your research, it is apparently some kind of golden bowl that fills with honey, or a honey-like substance, and it's essentially it refills every day. So whoever is in possession of this can use it to attain great power and essentially eternal life, and perhaps even divinity itself. The abilities manifested by Zakroth sort of hinted that he had access to something like that, which made all the rumors that he might have it, or at least have drunk from it, sound very plausible, which is why he was your best lead. But he's been disintegrated. But it's high-level games. You could probably just go down the Nether Seas and question him if you really wanted to. So.
We'll ask Narcissus first.
It's way better when I thought ambrosia was. I thought it was some sort of gelatinous mass that, had marshmallows and fruit in it.
Or a very sexy topless siren who runs a very successful tavern in the port of Mitros. So.
I would later on privately assure Phil that there may be other ways to free his father. I've been looking into that too. I won't say anything right now. But
Well, when you say you won't say anything right now, Phil's gonna be like, tell me what you know.
I'm gonna be like, we need to keep it on the DL. It might not be strictly legal.
Well, you know you can trust me.
Yes, Phil, I know. Just wait for the time. The time is not right now.
It's already been down there 7 years.
And Thylea has had Chandras for 7 years. We'll get them both. Won't be easy, though. But we will.
Yeah, Phil just kind of nods. So, well, I got you. Do you also feel terrible?
What do you mean?
Trying to figure out if you're going through what I've been going.
I mean, Hypatia, it does feel like the insides of your body have been completely hollowed out. You never hunger, you never thirst. When you eat and you drink, it brings you no joy, no satisfaction.
Not even the Hot Pockets.
The only thing that satiates you is the consumption of knowledge.
I'll just shrug and say, it's necessary.
Indeed it is.
Oh, definitely sounds like you've been keeping busy.
There is a lot to know. And there's a lot that's been lost that I've had to find. I would turn and ask Rosette if she had found anything of interest in the northern lands.
Rosette kind of looks over at you and says,
I'm here.
He's here.
Oh, you're here? Okay, sweet.
Yeah,
sweet,
that's
sweet.
why I asked.
All right.
That's why I
Oh, guys, I was like,
Return to
well,
Rosette's eyes.
I'll try my best.
About Lutheria? Is this...
Yeah, but about anything.
Oh. Nothing about Lutheria. I have been asking. Nothing at all, really.
Hmm.
Hold on, let me check my journal. I'll be honest, when I was up there really wasn't too much to learn. The people there, they kind of... I mean, they live not unlike Aresians, I would say.
I guess that's why there aren't any books.
Oh, well. I mean,
Isn't that where your father?
I'm sure I've seen some books, right?
No, I mean about them.
Oh.
Isn't that where your father came from?
Yeah. That's sort of why I went there.
Yeah, they don't really have books in the Northlands. They they have like shorthand scrolls to kind of jog your memories so you can continue the oral tradition.
Yeah, I can show her the bracelet that I have, which has like a couple symbols on it, and be like, well, I can't read what's on this, but I could understand what they were saying, but I can't read what they were writing. I think it looks cool though.
But what do you mean the Northlands? Like the steppes?
No, further.
What's further?
Anna pulls
Phil-
out a map that she's been working on. Because that was my thing. I worked on my cartography skills. So I have a better map of Thylea.
Oh.
So, but I had, obviously we didn't go to the Northlands, but I'll show Phil, like, I've marked off, I've seen, bits and pieces of it, but it's just kind of scribbles.
Yeah, essentially north of the main continent, the water becomes very dark, very cold. There are chunks and islands of floating ice, and eventually a thick, freezing fog becomes so impenetrable that ships either turn back or are never seen again.
Impossible to fly through.
Well, that sounds terrible. Why would you go there instead of coming for dinner?
Well, Phil, maybe you would think differently once you learn what I found there, or the people there.
I'm listening.
Well, the first 2 years, I did nothing but hunt. They had contests of strength, of power. Many of the people there would just party and drink and fight all day, all night, even in the frozen wastes.
Well, man, I guess they don't sound too bad, but who's got time for that anymore?
Well, I was there for over 100 years, so...
Wait, it's only been 7.
How does that work?
No, maybe
you don't look any different than the last time I saw you.
Oh, it's this whole monk thing. You remember the grape guy? Remember the grape guy?
You mean the olive guy?
Oh, not the grape.
The olive guy?
You mean the olive guy?
The olive oil guy?
It has been 107 years.
It's 107
even more
years.
because the Time Island thing happened. And
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
it's an Aresian thing,
Wow.
But Arete grew. See?
Yeah.
He's
So-
much bigger than my kids.
Arete looks at you and says, because I am fully grown.
Well, I'm sure you could get even older.
They narrow their eyes at you, and then they say, "Let's see.
I just
That
remember
is
when we were-
that is ever my intent."
Just be careful. If Cypher sees you, he might get jealous.
Arete makes a face that says, "Cyver is a little bitch," but doesn't say that. It just nods respectfully. It just nods respectfully.
Oh, man.
If it wasn't for Rete here, I don't think I would have survived. The way he can acclimate to the cold was very helpful.
I see. Okay. So 107 years. Couldn't come to dinner once. Gotcha. Anna, it's just me and you out here. Phil gets up and
Phil,
goes and sits next to Anna.
Phil, it's not fair. I only visited you like once when we went up towards there, and then twice when we came back.
That's 3 times more than everyone else. I missed you guys.
Like you said, it's a little hard to get around these days.
I mean, I just watched you turn into a giant bird.
Well, I couldn't do that for quite a few years after. I had to travel to the den of each of the creatures that reside within me and commune with their spirits. Find the messed up circumstances that led them to become what they are and put them at ease.
Are they still within you? Are they still angry, or have you guys worked it out?
We are all one now. Hence why I look like I do.
That's good.
But like me, they were all tricked or deceived by Lutheria, made into the creatures they were. Embody some twisted ideal.
Yeah, I will definitely have to come visit your new nation once I decide the time is right.
The Leonin are a very welcoming people. Just, they're still very leery of water. The curse of Sydon's been broken, but there's years and years of fear have made them very leery of it.
And you also mentioned harpies have.
Oh, yes, they've quite a few have moved into the area. They've got a few roosts there. We tried to make a place where those who decided they wanted to live in a group setting and share some of the perks that civility has.
You know, they may not like it, but I will extend an invitation once I figure out when.
Well, anyone is welcome there, just as long as they realize that everyone there is a citizen. It's not just a bunch of monsters. I think Nessa would have liked it that way.
Yeah.
And now I can change it to all sorts of creatures, so that's a plus.
What else can you turn into?
So far, any of the monstrosities I've seen in the past, Chimera, Manticore, Hydra. Kraken you saw earlier. That's a juvenile, not the full-size one. A rock. Pretty much any creature or monstrosity that I've seen, I can try to assume that form. It's still me underneath, though, so I can't get hit too hard.
Which one's your least favorite?
I will use a wild shape and turn into a slime. No, wait, slimes are abominations. Never mind.
I would run.
Slimes are actually oozes, but man,
Right.
maybe we should add oozes to the sheet. That'd be
Oh,
pretty cool.
That was the first time I died. I would.
Yeah, it's the Ooze King. Oh god.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to turn into oozes, we'll add oozes to the list. That's fine.
Okay, I'll just turn into
Yeah.
a ooze.
Oh.
They don't get enough love. They don't get enough love. Well, actually,
What do you mean? They have an entire anime.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And I can still talk it as you see they vibrate and you hear my voice come from it. This is probably my least favorite.
Mine too.
We've all done lots of important things. My feels like it overshadows mine. I just went around with Kyra and we just had our own little odyssey.
What? We did so much stuff, more stuff than we could ever talk about in our new limited amount of time to hang out. There's so much stuff. Oh, gosh. If we covered everything, wow, we just wouldn't ever be able to go on these other adventures that we need to go on. There was that time, you know, we don't want to make you guys jealous, honestly, is what Anna's trying to say. Anna's being very humble, but the things that we got up to, well, it's just, we're just, you know what, we'll talk about it later, but imagine some really amazing stuff, and that will start to come close to the sort of things that we spent the last 7 years getting up to. Also, we raised a baby together, and it's very sweet. And, helped guide the growth of an entirely new nation, and, united the tribes of the Indigo Islands, and, just little things like that. No big deal. So, wrote a few children's books, directed some plays, just nothing big. So, flew around the entire world a couple times. Charted unknown islands that, found new constellations. Yeah, just little things like
I'm
that.
not trying to. It was wonderful. It's the greatest.
Yeah. Discovered an island entirely made of gold. Whatever. Just everything on it's gold. Jungles are gold. Everything's gold. Golden rivers. The whole thing's gold. Everything on the island. So, but it's whatever. Everybody did cool stuff, I guess.
We visited Darien and the TMS.
Yeah.
And, yeah. But the most, the biggest thing was talking to all the sirens and, telling them about, giving them hope that we couldn't find our city one day. And you know where it is, we've seen it. I just don't know what's going to be the right time.
Well, it sounds like you did a lot cooler things than me. All I did was send out unanswered dinner invitations.
Oh, Phil, no. You did lots of good stuff. Listen,
Fix the heartbreak.
as somebody who had an emotionally absent father, you did more than most, and you did exactly what was needed. Okay?
Yeah, but it would have been nice if those dinner invitations were answered.
Hey, Phil,
Phil, you can't
Phil.
hold on to this for...
do you want to have dinner tonight?
There you go. We're
Yeah.
having dinner together right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds all right. Phil's gonna fly off and he's gonna go and hunt the finest game he can find and bring it back to everyone to cook.
There you go.
Here, I'll give him some. I'll fill out my jug with beer or ale, and I'll give it all to him. Do you still drink, Phil?
Yeah. Phil will take a drink. He acts like it's great and it's the best thing he ever had. But if you have an insight higher than 10, oh no, yeah, 10. Then you realize quickly he didn't quite enjoy it as much as he let on.
Oh. Hmm. I wonder what that's about. Huh. All right. Well, we've been talking through the night. Do we want to try to get some sleep before heading back to Aresia, or?
It'd probably be a good thing. Once Phil gets back at the food.
Yeah. Hypatia, you haven't even touched your hot pocket.
Oh,
I made your favorite spaghetti and meatball.
I take a large bite of it.
Like all food, like all mortal fare, it is ashes. It is pointless.
Yep.
Kyra steeples her fingers and looks at you and says, concern. But, one problem at a time. So, why don't we this will be fun. While Phil's out there grabbing something to eat, why don't we, there we go, yeah, why don't we, make a to-do list, right? That'll be nice. A little to-do list, what's everybody want to do? Right? We'll all do something off of our to-do list together while we're all together to help each other out. It sounds like Hypatia, you want to find the soul of your beloved who's gone missing, and the whereabouts are completely unknown even to the god of death. So I'll just put that one down on the list. There we go. A little checkbox next to it. Okay. Anybody else got anything that they want to add? Doesn't have to be as important. Don't let Hypatias intimidate you. Anybody can put something on the list.
I'd kind of like to find out what happened to the creatures that were in those cages. Especially if the Thylea isn't taking care of them now.
Oh, those iron cubes of death?
Whoa. Wait, what was that mentioned? All of the monsters in the cubes are gone?
I just want to know what's happened to them. Are they still there?
Oh my god. That's concerning.
Okay, so I'm going to put iron cubes of death on the list. There we go. And find Chandris. It sounds better when we just put find Chandris. Sort of like a Where's Waldo. Okay. Reset, is there anything on your bucket list? You're a ripe old 160-something now. Is there anything left to do?
She's gonna look around a little guilty because their problems seem a lot less serious than hers, and she says, "Well, I actually came back because I was planning to go see more of the outside world. Now that I've seen the North, I was going to go check out, some of the other places that I haven't been."
Kyra raises an eyebrow. First of all, I'm very curious, how did you get to the north? Because it's very hard to get out of this place. You didn't try actually flying through the fog, did you?
I know. No, I just walked.
You just walked and you were there?
Well, I wasn't there overnight.
I've seen you run on water, but that's a big pond of water.
Yeah, but where did you walk, Reset?
North.
Was there any significant landmarks?
Was there like a portal?
Well,
Portal? Yeah, that's good. Portal? Yeah.
There was a lot of snow.
Okay.
I honestly couldn't see anything, and
Did you walk through anything circle shaped? Circle shaped.
I stayed in a cave.
Okay, caves are circle
that's
shaped.
kinda circle,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, circle. Okay.
It was very cold one night. I'm pretty sure I was dying,
Oh no.
and Arete brought me to a cave. And when I woke up, I wasn't dying, and I was kind of in the north.
So you need to take better care of yourself. You can't just walk off and die.
Yeah, but then, so I've heard that to the south, because I was north before, but to the south we've got that like burning sands, like
Okay.
just
Oh yeah,
That
desert
sounds-
land.
that sounds
Desert
nice.
land.
deserts
Yeah.
everywhere. Someone told me that in the east, there's a whole bunch of horror and death and like, crazy stuff there.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't it supposed to wrap around?
No, baby. We talked about
No,
this.
the world's flat.
The world's flat.
Okay.
Look, I know that you and your friends, you got this round Thylea group or whatever, but it's a little embarrassing.
Well, no,
mean,
because it's all shrouded in
Hypatia-
this, right? You walk through the mist.
Hypatia is one of the smartest people in the world. Okay.
Yeah, Hypatia.
She
How
would
does it
not
work?
lie to- Tell her how it is. Let's put this argument to rest.
That is just.
It.
Oh, I didn't see you.
But,
I didn't
Anna,
see you put this field of flowers for us. Whoops. I was just looking at the Thylea map the whole time.
Oh,
This is much more immersive. Thank you.
Tell her, Hypatia.
It. Yeah, it's flat, Anna. I think there's some turtles. You know?
You mean the big
Did you
dragon,
not-
the big
I
dragon
mean,
turtle?
You had school in your village, right?
I mean, yeah. It was.
it just seems weird to me. Why would a world just walk me through it one more time, Anna? I'm not trying to embarrass you in front of our friends, but like, okay, I understand that you have wings. How would everyone else stay on the world if it was round? People would fall off.
No, Scoot, I don't think it's round. I'm just saying there's like mists everywhere, and you go through the mist and you come out the other side of the mist.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes more sense.
I know it's
Okay.
not round.
All right.
She says, pouting.
Oh, but I did
It's a
hear
hockey
that.
puck. I remember the hockey puck.
Phil comes back with a boar, and he's like, "Oh no! Don't tell me we're talking about this round earther thing again. You wasted a whole family dinner, one of the three, talking about this round
It
earth."
definitely.
Well, it doesn't help that my dad encouraged her by bringing up the fact that some worlds apparently are round.
You told me there are
Allegedly.
round worlds.
Yeah, but I
Really?
don't want you going around telling people that because you're like a diplomat now. You represent the Indigo Islands. You can't just go out and say radical stuff like that to people. They're gonna
Right.
freak out. Yeah.
Got it. All right.
This is a new Kyra. I don't just spout off at the mouth saying nonsense anymore. I'm representing you, my beautiful wife, out in the world. I want to make sure that I do a good job and present a very professional, very well thought out individual. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they get close and they do very cutie lovey things.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
And that's there. See,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
Anyway.
do you know where this cave is?
Yeah.
Did you find it again?
Yeah, north.
Oh my gosh. But do you think you could find it again if you had? I mean, if you needed to, or are you just done with that place? You're not going there anymore.
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty sure I could go back if I wanted to.
Hmm.
Why don't we ask
but-
Arete? He seems to know much more about it than. What do you remember,
What?
Arete?
Arete stares at you. as if to say, "How dare you? How dare you speak to me?"
Okay,
And
I'm
then
sorry. He looks away. She looks away.
Arete says, "In truth, we have been unable to locate the cavern a second time,
Okay.
but we're confident we could if we needed to. But we don't need to."
We don't need to.
Doesn't sound like.
Uh, yeah. Before I was so rudely interrupted by this round talk, I was about to say that I also learned that the West. You know what's in the West?
Well, if the north is cold and the south is hot and the east is
Mhm.
terrible, that must mean the west is great.
Well, it's where Astraeus came from,
Oh.
and I guess the dragons. So if you think that's great, then
Well, that's where Kyre came from, so yeah, it
That's
must be
great.
great. And Astraeus too. All the dragons. Good. Well, we don't know about Narcissus yet, but west.
So I'm going to add to the to-do list that you want to explore new
Go everywhere.
worlds.
Yep.
Go everywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Oh.
a big item. All right.
Well, I have plenty of time.
What about you, Phil? What's on your bucket list? What are you trying to do with your new life? No, nothing.
I
Oh.
mean, the only thing I've been working on is freeing your brother.
Okay, that's a good one. I'll put that on the list. Okay.
But Rade won't be any help.
Well, he's a very stubborn guy. He's always been that way. I don't know. I don't hold him accountable for being who he is. I guess. I don't know.
That's exactly what you hold people accountable for.
He is guided by discipline and oaths. This world was the perfect fit for him.
It's a waste of time.
He's the only one I would trust to do what he's doing.
Well, I mean, it's way better than if we had ended up with like Edgelord Reset in charge of the living and the dead. I mean, that would have been pretty bad. So
I could think of some people that could do a better job.
a better job than Astraeus Rade? Have you had any zombie hordes come into Astoria in the last 6 years, 6 months, and 3 days?
It's
Because there was that incident, when they were still figuring things out. So, but they were halfling zombies from Woodhike, so it was kind of cute. Actually, it was very scary. No, it was actually very scary. They could move so fast.
See, they moved really fast.
Little legs. Yeah, it's little legs. They were riding on undead goats. It was just a whole thing. Ugh.
That sounds horrifying.
Yeah, it was. But what I'm trying to point out is it's not happening anymore, right? Everything's been on the up and up since then.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I don't think Phil can see anything.
Oh, really? I thought I turned the lights on.
I can see the candles.
Aw. All right. Let's
That's why
see
he's
what I
like
can
walking
do.
all over me.
What happened? Turn on daytime. Is it lightening up? Can you see?
Oh,
I can only see. I can see my.
it's
I can
alright,
see.
I'm slowly clearing up the map, one token
Oh,
space
so-
at a time.
Oh, does it have
Token
Fog of
vision.
War on? That'd be weird. All right, let me check. It occurred to me, I was like, oh yeah, I tried to make a new role-playing table that I could swap the backgrounds out on depending on where you are, and this is probably the perfect time to use them. Let's see. Lighting, token vision, fog exploration off. There we go. Now can you see everything?
Now I can't see anything. Now it's not clearing up.
Unrestricted token.
Oh, there we go. Ah,
Ah,
There we go.
all right. Sweet.
Doo-doo-doo.
Okay. Sweet. All right. So we'll just swap out the backgrounds here. You guys can just say, here, we can drag out the people you're talking to. Be great. All right. So, Kyra looks at the list, and she kind of runs it over in her head. She turns to you, Anna, and says, well, what do you want to do? We've got, I mean, I kind of know what you want to do.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a while. I just don't know what the right time's gonna be. And then I need to get all of them. I can't just get some of them. But and then
Oh, we're gonna go swimming
I
again.
can't get them all to come, and then nothing happens. That'll just be the worst. It would break their hearts.
So should I just put revitalization of the Siren people?
Sure.
Well, I mean, the good news is we know where it is.
Yeah, I know where it's at, but and I did all. Yeah, we had a lot of fun, but I also did. I found out everything I could. There's just not a lot to go on.
Weren't there like ancient horrors down there or something?
Yeah, I tracked down.
Stuff that Sydon feared?
So this is where I'll need your help, Crash, because I tracked down Nodus and I tried talking to her sea serpents about what they might know about what might be down there. So how did that
So
go?
in this cutscene, you contacted Natus, the Spring Wind. There we go. And oh man, 7 years, babe. You should have probably taken a long rest by now. So Natus, the Spring Wind, and you tracked her down. Post-war, somehow she was able to finagle forgiveness for her crimes of piracy, because she is now one of them good guy pirates. What's the good guy pirates called?
Privateer.
Privateer, thank you. She's now a privateer for the nation of Hexonia. So she was forgiven for all her previous piracy crimes and has a clean slate. It is now a national hero of Hexonia. So you met with her, and she told you were more than welcome to talk to her sea serpent. And so you met with the sea serpent. He's a big boy. Let's see, where's he at? Oh yeah. So you met with this guy, and you couldn't help but I think be reminded of the serpent of storm and sky and sea and storm and all
the ones that tried to eat us on the way to Sidon's tower.
Yeah. But this guy doesn't seem to hold any grudge against you killing his creator or any of that kind of stuff. And so when you met with him, his voice was the depth of the ocean, the tsunami striking the shore, the quaking earth that follows in its wake, etc., etc., etc.
I'd also get his name too.
Okay. Let's see.
Not all of his titles.
His name was Kalhus.
All right.
So Kalhus, the privateer sea serpent, basically wanted to know what your questions were. You asked him about the graveyard of ships and
the spires,
what dwelled beneath.
Yeah.
Okay. He informs you that is a forbidden place. Forbidden by Sydon, and forbidden by the Great Mother Thylea. That an evil is imprisoned in the deepest depths, deeper than even his people dare to go. An evil so terrible, it at one point sought to unmake this world. And so it was sealed away by his creator, Sydon, and the great Kentimane. Bound in divine chains and guarded by the greatest of all sea serpents, Scylla. And Scylla listens to your flashback and looks pretty proud of herself that she is the strongest of all sea serpents. When he says Scylla, he seems more afraid than when he mentioned Kentimane. To his people, there is no greater and more powerful entity. She is truly the most powerful and horrific of all the sea serpents. Not even a serpent, so much as a horror of the depths.
Okay, well, I thank him for all this information. I don't look deterred at all.
Okay.
In the slightest. Well, I knew it wouldn't be easy, and it's just like them to sweep all their problems under the rug. They do with everything else.
Yeah, the more questions you guys ask, the more times you run into. We had to lock up this thing.
Exactly.
We had to get rid of this thing.
That was
We
my
had
point.
to we had to hide this thing. Yeah.
And just forget about it and hope it would just go away. Oh.
Well, at higher levels, some things are very hard to get rid of. You know,
No,
not everybody's got a pair of halflings to walk a ring across the world and throw in a volcano. You know, like
Yeah.
it's.
So what do you plan to do with this ancient horror?
It's a good thing we all met up, because I don't know how I was going to take care of it without all of you.
Good, I was gonna say, don't you dare do that yourself.
But I don't know if that should be the first thing we do.
Yeah, Hypatia wants to grumble, but Zamrock's like steps on her foot.
Yeah, Kyra says, well, it sounds like we all have a lot of great things that we're trying to work on together. Let me reread the list to you. Investigate the iron cubes of death in the nether seas. Find Chandras. Oversimplification. Explore new worlds, go everywhere, exclamation mark. Free Pythor, that sounds pretty positive. And revitalization of the Siren people.
You should probably add on there. I think we definitely should go investigate. She points to the mask. We need to go back to Golden Heart and figure out what happened. Maybe we'll run into Stras's wife, whom we're forgetting the name of. Because she.
You referring to
Selene?
Selene?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she's like the goddess of life and birth, and that's where she was.
Yeah, I'm a big
Yep.
fan of
Hanging out.
Selene. She's blessed me with many kids.
Okay, so
I think that's worth checking out. Is where.
All right. Seems like we have a very manageable to-do list here. As long as nothing else goes wrong, I think we're going to be able to just stick to the list, knock these things out one at a time, no problem.
I'm just gonna shake my head. Why'd you say that?
What do you mean?
As long as nothing else goes wrong. That's the kiss of death.
Well, now you've said it, Cyrus.
In repeating what somebody else said. It's different.
I'm sure it's fine. Well, time for bed. And you should kind of retreat into their tents.
Night.
Night.
Good night.
You guys staying
Step
up late?
Auntie.
That's fine. Oh, okay. Everyone's going to bed. Cool. All right. Aresia in the morning, everybody.
I guess I'll take first watch.
Hold on. I don't think I need to sleep as a monk.
So do Hypatia, Phil, and Reset just hang out all night because they don't have to sleep?
Oh no, I don't need to eat or drink.
Mine says I do need to sleep, but I also have this thing called godly constitution, so I don't need. I'll stay up and listen to your stories. But
Wait, you're staying up, Phil?
I mean, I'm not gonna let you stay up alone.
Do you want to play?
Well, if you're staying up, I'm going to bed.
as soon as you hear the clack of those tiles, you're like, no.
Little do you know that Phil has been in court and he has got a free proficiency,
In the game?
and he practiced hoping it would get you to come back and have dinner.
Aw, that's so nice. That's the only thing you knew that you would come back for.
You'll probably beat me, but I'm still a rookie.
Look, Phil. No one up there plays.
Wait, you're telling me you didn't play for 107 years?
I did play, and I've gotten badges, but it's not exactly the same.
Did you get enough badges to take on the elite number?
You can only beat Arete so many times, I see.
Did I get enough badges?
Oh, in 100 years, yeah, you became the region champion. Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to challenge there. They call it the Legendary Four. There, but I don't think their badges work in Thylea. It's like
they call it Runes of Ruin up there, though. Yeah. Because everything's a little tougher. You know what I'm saying? Everything's a little tougher.
Well, if you would have come to dinner, you could have challenged my wife for her badge.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do that later.
When you're like getting the pieces together, Phil like turns around, he does one of them. She's coming over. Fist bumps himself.
Yep. We don't actually have to roll.
No. I want to see.
No, I want to see
lose.
now too.
I want to see how bad I lose.
Really?
Oh, did I fix the thing? Somebody sent me a working one. Hold on.
But you challenged me, so I get to say the terms.
Let me see.
All right, what are your terms, Phil?
If you lose, you've got to spend a year. No, that's too cruel.
That seems.
That's too cruel. You've gotta come to dinner 5 times. And if I lose, I'll stop asking.
Wow.
All right, let's play.
Oh, here's the script. I got it.
But
So-
Phil, you don't actually have to have a losing condition.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's how Honora makes me put the kids to bed every night.
Well, do you challenge her?
Look, I just did what she said.
I mean, Phil,
You,
whether you win or lose, feel free to ask.
that's good, because I'm gonna win. How do I use the script?
Well, it was working. We got it working again. It doesn't.
Wow,
seem to work.
look at these skills. Wow. That's
Yeah,
intimidation strength, right?
It's going All right, I'll try to get it working. We had it. It stopped working. We got it working again, but then it stopped working again. So, I'll try to figure out what's wrong with it.
We can always just
In the
flash
meantime, you
back.
must, yeah, you guys could just roll it randomly if you'd like. So, not randomly, but roll it live.
How's
Yeah,
the
ma-
proficiency work? Does that let me replace a skill I don't want with that roll?
Correct.
Yeah, you get to re-roll one.
You get to reroll any one that you get.
Ugh. Okay.
Can we get that list of?
The skills? Yeah. The skills are performance, insight, history, deception, survival.
Wait. Deception, survival. I
Wait.
thought
Why
there was
why is it asking for
intimidation.
survival? Hold on.
I'm fine with. Let's do intimidation and survival. We're playing Phil's version of the
God
game.
It's such a long time. Hold on. Let me go grab it. 20 squares.
Yeah, here I have it. Performance, insight, history, deception, intimidation, persuasion, and perception.
Yes.
Can you reveal my rolls so I know what I've already rolled?
For sure.
Does this not work?
I've
Alright,
got to
let's-
get. Yeah. Sorry. I thought we had it working again. We ran some tests, but then there were more updates to Foundry. So, let's see. Reveal. Reveal. And reveal.
Okay, so let me do mine first now. Performance.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Did I roll
Insight,
history?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Shit.
History.
Oh, Phil, you got it in history.
Deception.
Ooh. Wait, is that strength? That looks like strength.
It's-
Strength-based intimidation. I don't think your charisma's.
Wait, why is it asking me to do perception? Oh, are you sure you want to apply the sense? There are two options. A system dedicate one. What's this mean?
Oh yeah.
I think that's
first
convenient
option.
effects.
Generic. Add
Ooh,
perception.
I can
CV,
actually
add
ask for
roll.
contested rolls between two actors with this mod. Let me see if I can do that. So, Phil, I want a contested roll versus. Let's see. I guess it's whoever I'm selecting. So reset. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. And we can make it a public roll too. And we could add flavor to it. Oh, wow. All right. Let's see. So we will do. Well, we've already done it. Like everybody's already rolled a bunch, but I just want to try.
We
I
haven't
wanna-
done perception.
Yeah, what do
Okay.
I choose for perception? It's prompting
Here,
me.
I got it coming in. Here we go. Request with roll. It should ask you guys to roll.
Whoa.
Look at that shit.
Whoa!
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Okay, then we could do it round by round like that. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
All right. So I guess we could handle it like that if I can't get the script working again. That's cool.
I think this is cool.
Yeah, because then we kind of get it round by round sort of thing. All right, so we got Reset versus Phil. What's the next one you need?
Persuasion.
Reset Crush. No, Persuasion. Phil got a 23. And
Wait, how
Reset got a 16.
how is that? It's not even possible for.
Oh.
Oh my god! I have persuasion
Did you
strength for some reason.
I guess that's how. That's how
That's-
Nora likes it. That's how Nora likes it. All right.
That's how I've been diplomating.
All right. Let's try. Let's
Politicking,
try.
okay.
Let's try again. All right. Here we go. Persuasion versus persuasion. Okay. And roll off.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
I got a nat one.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty spicy. I kind of like that. Okay.
Oh, you can
cool.
click on them to see the rolls too.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I'm not even. Wait, did I win it? No, I'm not
No.
even gonna re-roll anything.
Yeah,
I
wish-
beat you in two things.
Wish I
Yeah,
hadn't gone to bed now. I want
I
Yeah.
feel good. I feel good about myself. I beat you in two
Alright.
things.
That's a much more exciting way to do it. Yeah, we'll use this contested roll mod from now on. That works. Okay.
And it's easier to ask for a
To
reroll.
track it too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say
Except, is it adding their bonus? Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay.
I'll still
Alrighty.
take dinner, Phil.
Aw.
I'm sorry I couldn't be there, but
I mean, it sounds like you were far away. It's fine.
it's
You're not the only one that let me down.
Oh man. So Hypatia, you retreat to a purple tent or the Valis tent, or do you have some other higher level wizrobe accommodations?
No, just a purple tent where I will not sleep, but stare at the wall and think.
Oh,
Because that's what I do now.
Yeah, very kingpin, very kingpin. All right.
Yes.
Phew, okay. Zamrock sleeps though. He tries to make you fall asleep with his white noise machine that is his snoring. So, the combination of him and Bullbug, honestly, it's like there's two tractors idling next to all the tents. So it's incredible. Arete, who does like to sleep, leaves in the middle of the night and finds a very tall mountain to kind of perch like a Disney gargoyle, fall asleep that way, and then comes back in the morning. All right. It is time. You wake to the smell of gummy pancakes and breakfast burritos, and you know that you must go face the queen. A challenge greater than shambling titans awaits you. Diplomacy. All right. I guess I could take you guys over to... we could just hang out on this map. I could take you to the Aresia map, though. I still have the Aresia map. Let's see. Yeah. Aresia. Okay. On the way over, on the flight over, Kyra's gonna ask you guys who's doing the talking. Are we bullying Anna into doing the talking, or is one of you guys gonna take the lead on this one? Like, what's the plan?
I don't mind.
I'm not so
would be
great
good
at talking
It
anymore.
would be good practice. I don't mind, but Phil, you lead a whole nation right now. Maybe you should do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna like try and upsell what I've been doing, guys. Lots of diplomacy. I could do my best, but we're talking about Helen, and we all know she's gonna want to talk to her set.
Is she? That?
I mean, I don't know about that.
I mean, probably. I guess we should. I mean, we're just gonna go let her know that we took care of the problem. She'll probably. She's not gonna let us leave. You know, I don't know. Reciprocity. Maybe.
We're just gonna use this map because my Aresia is also from an older Foundry, and it also just kicked me out of Foundry again when it crashed everything. So here we go. All right, let me go grab some.
I mean, and then. I mean, if we ask them about, you know, what
Yeah,
what
if you
what Zach Roth was after, then you know they're not going to want to give away, you know, secrets. So, but maybe we can find out where Narcissus went. Had any contact with him?
if you care. Yeah. But if I am gonna be doing the talking, Honora normally hands me cue cards with talking points. I don't know where I'd be without them.
Kyra looks at you guys. All right, we got some talking points. We want reward, or is that bad? Is that bad to ask for a reward?
I mean, we
Say
could
it.
just
It'd
ask for
probably
a
be
reward
bad to
to
refuse
be
one.
to talk to Narcissus.
Oh,
That sounds good.
okay.
All right.
Yeah, that does sound good.
Talking point 1. We fixed the problem.
Okay.
Talking point 2. If you're gonna reward us, we want to talk to Narcissus.
Fixed the problem.
Obviously, we want to ask about why Zakharoth was, sieging the city, going after their special artifact that no one's supposed to know about. But they're probably not going to.
So you want me to bring up the ambrosia to her?
I don't think that's what it is, but I had to step away when we were talking about ambrosia, so I don't know.
No, should probably leave that out and just address our
Okay,
questions to
okay.
Narcissus.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I've got fix the problem, talk to shit uncle.
I'd say maybe just say he was looking for an artifact. We don't know what it was, though.
Alright, so am I bringing up the artifact or not?
I feel like narking him out to his captors maybe not the best move.
Okay. Alright, so just 2 points? That's easy. I got this.
Phil, does Honora give you tell you oh, if you need help, say a safe word or something? This.
Oh, we've got a
are you
lot of
just on
safe
your own?
words.
If you need help.
Pineapples.
Oh my god.
What? Oh, sorry.
She's very good at reading the room, so she normally knows when I'm in over my head.
Okay, well, I'm not good at reading the room.
Alright, so safe word. We're gonna call it, bullbug will be the safe word.
But Phil, if I'm there, what if someone just says my name?
Well, they'd say your full title. They wouldn't just say Bullbug.
Oh,
That's true.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm confused. So you have to say Bullbug, or can anyone say Bullbug?
Okay. I'm sorry, Bullbug. Your name's just too good to be a safe word. It's more of a danger word because you're a dangerous individual.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll go with something simple. The safe word will be Dragonlord.
Welcome, Dragonlords.
If you say Dragonlord, one of us will help.
Okay.
Are we all Dragonlords?
Dragonlord.
Are we still Dragonlords? Did Corinna kick us out? When she took over? I mean, has anybody got any I don't know, mail or anything for the Dragonlords?
It depends,
Well,
Crash.
I
Has
spoke to-
Corinna accepted her dinner invitations?
She has. She shows up twice a year.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm
met
still a
with
Dragon
her
Lord,
and the
but
Sirens before coming here, so.
I don't know about me, but I have a dragon.
Well, that just sounds like a Castus talk right there.
Yeah, I don't really have much else going for me.
So you brought Dragonlords back, but then you pointed at Corinna because it was appropriate.
I haven't seen her yet.
Oh, I haven't seen her in a
It's
while.
been over 100 years.
Oh, that's not good. You should
7
probably
years.
drop in and say hi at the very least.
okay, put that on the checklist. Go see Corinna. Okay. All right. Here's what I got, and you see Phil write this on a piece of parchment or papyrus or whatever is fitting, and he keeps in his left hand.
Dragonlord.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So do you guys? I'm assuming you do everything correctly. You go to the base of the mountain. You walk all the way up all the stairs, and then you go to the gates, and then you present yourselves as per the custom.
Yeah,
Remember,
definitely.
fist bump.
All right.
Okay. Gotcha.
Ahoy,
Okay.
ahoy hoy is that's the normal greeting, but maybe not to the queen.
I don't know how to spell that. Can someone spell ahoy hoy?
I think it's HOI, HOI.
I'm gonna be honest, Phil. We don't really spell here.
All right, yeah. Phil will lead everyone up to the gate, and he'll say, "Ahoy, hoy!"
All right. So, you are greeted at the gates by an almost smiling Halcyon of Aresia, captain of the guard and leader of their armies. She hasn't aged a day because elf. She looks down at all of you from the wall, and she says, "The chosen of the Oracle. You truly are heroes. The Queen called for aid, and you answered. We have already received word that Zakros' horde is busy devouring itself. Without his leadership, they crumple. Soon, like a pestilent swarm, they will disperse, blown away by the wind. You are to thank for that. And so you have it. My thanks." And then you see like the walls just like suddenly are like lined with Aresians. "And the thanks of all of Aresia." And then they stand perfectly straight, and they kind of like all at once clang their spears to their shields, and the sound is just cacophonous. It just echoes off the mountainside and the cliffs. And at the same time that they all hit their shields, the gates open, and you see that people inside are standing there watching you. It's the closest thing to a parade reset you've ever seen.
We are most gracious for your welcome, and it was a pleasure to answer Aresia's call.
A battle against a powerful foe is always a pleasure.
I thank you for that.
Come.
And
And she leaps from the 150-foot wall and takes no damage because monk. And then she begins to walk in step with you, Phil, and says,
okay. I'll fist bump her immediately.
Okay. She nods that you're using the customary fist pound, and she says, "So what would this great hero like? You and your allies are, of course, to be rewarded for duties rendered. Perhaps you would like your ship." And she raises a beautiful eyebrow. "Yes, if you recall long ago, one of the labors of Aresia was to build for us a ship equal in every way to the mighty Ultros. You and your father led the efforts and deforested the entire southern peninsula to do so, using the engineering prowess of the great Steros and the intellectual supremacy of the great wizard Hypatia. You built for us a vessel like no other. Well, save for one. But there were many casualties in the war. The loss of the Ultros was felt by the world. It would be a fitting gift for your services for us to return this to you."
Your offer is a great honor to us. Something we would think over, as it was initially a gift to you. In the meantime, it'd be nice to see the Queen again.
"Ah, you seek an audience with Queen Helen. How fortuitous, for she has a special interest in meeting with you."
Well, that's perfect. I look forward to taking in your streets as we walk there.
You walk through the immaculately clean streets of the city. Everyone there is perfectly disciplined. Every bush is perfectly trimmed. Having gazed upon the perfection of Titan's Folly, you know that this is a pale imitation of perfection, and it is a relief to see it. There is still humanity here. There is still mortal imperfection, despite their best efforts. And in a way that is good, for it gives the Aresians something to strive for. You make your way through the winding streets of the city, and people bow and nod respectfully as you pass, stopping what they're doing to do so. Reset, you don't know when the people became this shameless. But all right. You
Yep.
make your way up the beautiful marble steps, flowers everywhere, and you see the gardens of Narcissus, where he spends most of his time, but he is absent. Her eyes see you look over at the garden, and she says, "Are you looking for something?"
My uncle used to tend those gardens.
That is a strange thing to call the god of beauty.
My uncle?
Yes. What would make you think that he is your uncle?
Insight check. Dragonlord, Dragonlord, Dragonlord.
Okay. Kyra slides in and says, "Your hair is so amazing. And what are you doing with the eyebrows? Show me. Look at how bushy these things are. They're like two caterpillars that are trying to like play chicken on my forehead." And so she leads Halcyon away so you guys can hero huddle.
What happened there, Phil?
I mean, yeah, how is my insight check, Crash?
Well, first, yeah, he would be your uncle, right? And then
Yeah, he is
Your
my uncle.
insight check reflects what you are feeling as a player. You have no fucking idea what's going on.
also they called him the god of beauty, which wouldn't be the case anymore, right?
Yeah, wouldn't they?
I mean, he no longer holds the domain.
But they may not know that.
Well, they shouldn't.
I don't know
hold
if
the
they don't
domain.
know that. I think they're not acknowledging it. That nothing is wrong.
It seems weird that
might
she
be what the Queen
wouldn't
wants to talk to us
acknowledge him
about.
as my uncle.
I'm gonna be honest here. Ever since we walked in, I felt that this place is a little different from what I remember. Like, you see that guy over there? That guy who looks like he's super chiseled and standing upright?
Yeah.
I mean, under normal circumstances, he would be 5 centimeters to the left.
Oh.
Does he see us looking and then like?
Yeah, he nods respectfully.
He's not even fixing it.
Are we near the gardens or in the gardens, or we're just like?
Oh yeah, you're in the. They love stairs here. They love stairs. Gotta stay in shape. So you're climbing the 100-esque stairs that lead up to the palace. That just they wind in and out of these gardens.
What was the name of that painter that we helped?
Pelagon.
Pelagon. Well, maybe we should see if we could find him as well.
Yeah, but there was also the siren. She was his keeper, if I remember correctly. And I do remember her name.
Didn't he have like a centaur lover?
I mean, he's the god of beauty. He had a lot of lovers. Oh, you mean Pelagon?
Pelagon.
Yeah.
Maybe we should find him and ask him questions before we go see Ellen.
I mean, would he not be? I mean, if they're trying to keep it on the hush, wouldn't he be bound to, some kind of secrecy?
I mean, he's the only one we know.
I mean, we could talk to the
we could see if he's
too.
being weird too.
Can I look around to see if we see him or anyone?
Do you see if you see Pelagon or Diocletes?
Yeah.
You don't see Pelagon, nor do you see Diocletes. You do see people tending to the garden and things like that. That probably work with or for Diocletes, who is in charge of the gardens.
You know what? I'm gonna go ask.
Okay, see if you can find out where they live.
All right. I'm gonna flip over to the guy that's standing like 5 centimeters off. Hey,
Oh, hello, Reset of Aresia.
have you seen Pelagon anywhere?
Pelagon, the great painter.
Yeah.
I believe he is in the palace.
Where?
The palace is very big, and I do not go inside. I would not know.
Well, can you direct me to someone that does?
They point at Halcyon of Aresia.
All right. I'm gonna start walking. I'm gonna roll my eyes. I'm gonna
Mhm.
start walking, and I'm gonna say, maybe you should fix where you're standing.
He looks down and he gasps and he shuffles 4 inches to the right spot.
Yeah, I hope he's embarrassed.
He's super embarrassed.
And I guess I'll run over to Kyra and Halcyon.
Okay, yeah, so they're over there discussing, and then Halcyon is explaining the very complex beauty technique that she uses, and Kyra's like, "Oh my god, so you train the the centipedes to eat your hair follicles off of your face? That's incredible." Oh, hey, Reset.
Hey, do I know Halcyon?
Yeah, Halcyon's like super badass. She's a leader of like the whole army.
Yeah, we met her
Like,
the first time we came.
Was she one of the ones that I grew up with?
I mean, as an elf, she would have definitely watched you grow, kind of thing. Like
Okay.
she's held the position your whole life.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll up here and give her a fist bump.
He seems pleased to see you.
Halcyon,
Yes,
do you happen to know where Pelagon is?
I
The
believe he is in the palace, painting the queen.
Oh, so like right now?
Well, his process is very intense, and to truly capture the essence of his subject could take quite some time.
Do you think we could see him?
I believe he had started the project, but lost his muse, he said. Something about
Oh.
the queen being too troubled by the war, and he could not capture her essence. So he's been staying in the palace until things are resolved.
Well, we're acquainted with him, and we were hoping to just, say hi while we were here.
I'm sure that would be all right.
Cool. Cool. Give her a nod.
Reset, your ally, because she wouldn't insult you by saying friend. Your ally, Philippocles, he seems a bit addle-minded. He referred to the great god of beauty, Narcissus, as his uncle. Is that sort of a Metrosian slur or insult? Should I be insulted?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Halcyon.
Hmm?
Sometimes these outsiders, they say weird things, and the best thing to do is just pretend you didn't hear it. That's how I've always gotten along with them. I think
Alright.
uncle is just a word that they use to refer to just anyone that's of a greater prestige. Like Uncle Sam.
What a strange culture. I have heard from travelers that the small folk, the halflings, they will sometimes refer to their sexual partners as daddy and mommy. Is this a similar custom? Has he had relations with the god of beauty?
Oh God, I don't think so.
Hmm.
And those halflings, I don't know anything about that.
Well, he should watch himself. The queen is very, very protective of the god Narcissus, and might take any sort of strange comment like that as a slight.
I'll let him know.
All right. Well, follow me to the palace. And she continues to lead you guys to the palace.
I will flip back to Phil as we're walking in and whisper to him, Phil,
Yeah.
ixnay on the uncle Ue. Got it?
Rissa, maybe you should take the cue card. I don't know if I'm up for this. Their customs are so weird. I'm worried about offending them at every turn.
Just call him Narcissus,
Alright.
god of beauty, okay?
He's an ugly man, but sure.
You don't have to mean it.
Rissa, we played 20 squares last night. You saw my deception score. It's not high.
Use your strength.
Okay. I can do that. Alright, I'll walk back and get back in step with Halcyon.
You yell no and then flex your muscles.
All right. Yeah. So Halcyon says, sorry, your ally, Kyra, is just so enchanting to speak with. I forgot myself. Please, let us continue. I will escort you to the queen.
No worries.
So, the battle against Zakroth, was it difficult?
Well, I just kind of picked him up and shoved him into a laser beam.
So they had
no more.
They had training in the ways of the sun monk?
I wouldn't know. I'm not as knowledgeable in your guys' great ways as I wish I would.
And as she thinks about sun monks, she looks over at the very subdued and respectable statue of a recently deceased and rather famous Sun Soul monk that died in the Battle of Mitros.
Does the statue have spoons?
It does have a signature spoon hilt on the sword. Yeah. Okay, you guys arrive, and Leandros meets you at the front, and he says, chosen of the Oracle, it has been a long time, and you have grown much. Since you first came here so long ago, performed the trials of Aresia, I am pleased to see you once again.
And us to you.
I can only guess that you have been brought here by Halcyon to see the Queen. This is excellent, for she wishes to speak with you.
Yeah, that's correct. We would welcome your Queen's company if she would have us.
He smiles and he says, and she would welcome yours. And he puts a muscular hand on your bicep and he gives it a squeeze. And he says, I hope you can live up to your reputation.
I'll kind of chuckle and I'll fist bump him.
Okay. All right. Halcyon stays outside the palace, and you guys kind of head on in. Leandros leads you through a large open area. There's a shitload of pillars everywhere, like lots of pillars. You're pretty sure this would be a cool place for monks to fight because they would like, run up the pillars, like jump from pillar to pillar, flip off of pillars. It's definitely like where like a crouching tiger, like hidden dragon type air wire fight would definitely take place.
Home field advantage.
Oh, for sure. For everyone else, it seems very confusing. The layout of the pillars, the placement of fountains and things like that. It seems like if a fight broke out, only those knowledgeable of the layout or extremely dexterous people would really have any kind of edge in a fight here. You are brought into a room that is rather plain, as everything amongst the elite is in Aresia. And sitting on a white marble throne, it looks hard and uncomfortable. There's no cushions. Dressed in drab black robes with long black hair and heavy lidded eyes. You see the bored expression of the very small human woman that is Queen Helen. All of 5 foot nothing. There is a commanding power and presence there, and you have seen firsthand her sorceress powers. And allegedly during the Battle of Mitros, she was able to blend sorcery with the Aresian fighting style, and actually be like a cool elemental monk. So, anyways, she sees you guys come in. She stares at you. Next to her is this lovely siren, and the siren is whispering to her. And the siren, that's not ominous or anything. And the siren, kind of backs away, and then the queen looks at all of you, and she's like a statue. She just stares at all of you. And then Leandros says, "Your Majesty, Queen Helen of Aresia, may I present our heroes, the chosen, the oracle." And he Vanna Whites you guys.
Yeah, I'll approach. I'm kind of like trying to remember if I should bow. Looks back at Reset for cues.
Yeah, Reset,
Dragonlord.
Is it a bowing situation?
I show him a closed fist.
Okay, I'll try my best to imitate the closed fist.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, "Ahoy hoy, Queen Helen."
Oh man.
It is
You hear a soft chuckle from Leandros, and Pyra of Aresia just kind of gasps a little bit. You hear the slight creak of leather as some of the royal guard grip their spears, ready to kill you.
okay. I don't even flinch or care at all about them gripping spears. I'll say, it is a pleasure to see you again, Queen Helen. We've answered your call and slain Zakroth.
You have, and you have proven to me your great worth and strength. I admired your heroics during the Battle of Mitros, and your many adventures leading up to that final battle. I remember fondly the time you invested in earning the trust of my people. In truth, I have always been a great fan and supporter of you and yours. And this is why, in my time of greatest need, I was willing to show such weakness as to call for aid. Our city can never fall. It is built to be impregnable. But that does not mean that my people deserve to starve to prove a point. Our food stores were all but depleted. And our priests were unable to create enough food to sustain the populace any longer. I am pleased that you came and that you saved us. We would have left the city and died on the field of battle rather than starve behind these walls. We owe you much. I trust Halcyon offered the return of your great ship. Truly the fate of the Ultros is heartbreaking.
That is a gracious offer.
She raises one eyebrow, and you see one face muscle twitch. But
when we were last here, and you gave us our final labor to aid the great god of beauty, it was a remarkable encounter. If you would be so kind, we would love another opportunity to speak with him and marvel in what he is.
he stares at you, and it has the awkward feeling of watching a robot run through all of its programmed scripts. After a lengthy silence, she says, "How unfortunate, then, for he is not seeing any visitors." My heart is broken that I cannot provide you with the reward that you seek. I hope we can find something to compensate for that.
Well, great queen, we have not all just been sitting idle these past 7 years. We know of much, and I fear it is a dishonor upon me, but I must beg you reconsider. It is paramount we speak.
Truly, he has left quite an impression on you after 7 years. I had heard word that you sat by and watched his portrait being painted, enraptured by his beauty. Has it haunted you all these years?
Bill kind of like grits his teeth. Like I said, it is of utmost importance.
Alas, he is a god, and I am but a mortal. I must honor his wishes, and he has wished to be left in peace. You would not have a mere mortal command a god, would you?
But what about God's request upon another god? And Phil will kind of like let his spark out a bit, and he's gonna like be all glowy and shit.
And then the rumors are
Damn.
true. You have taken on yourself your father's mantle.
I
Though
do what the
the
people need.
revelation that transpired show perhaps the 5 gods were not, in fact, gods at all. That would beg the question if the power that you wield is truly godly.
I guess you could say the same of all the gods on Thylea.
Perhaps. We are fortunate here in Aresia to have a true god. One who is not a pretender.
Can I do an insight check to see if this is actually her saying this, or
Yeah.
did it actually roll?
Yep. It's all. Let's see. I mean, Cyrus. I mean, it's definitely Queen Helen, as far as you know, and she's very hard to read. But I mean, she either believes what she's saying or is saying what she is supposed to say.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Well, we are friends, and you're humble.
You are friends of the god Narcissus?
I may have deeper ties with him than you let on.
Ah. Interesting. You do not seem like his type. But he is the god of beauty and finds beauty in all things. Who am I, a mortal, to judge the whims of a god? If you would like, I can let him know that you have called upon him. But the choice still remains with him, if he will meet with you or not. That is the best I can do.
Well, I appreciate that. And let him know that for now his secrets are safe. But as you understand, we have pressing business.
You
You are
business
not the
takes
only
you...
one that calls upon us.
Then you take your leave of Aresia.
Oh no, we will wait to hear what he has to say.
Then please, you can find accommodations in our guest wing here at the palace, or I can make arrangements for you at our finest tavern. I offer the tavern because it is more likely familiar to you and your culture.
No, that's alright. We are quite honored by your invitation to the palace. I've grown quite accustomed to them.
She smiles, says, yes. Since you'll be staying in the palace, perhaps you and I could spend some time discussing political ties between the nation of Astoria and Aresia. Long have you had to live in the shadow of Mitros, but with the right allies, I think the time is right for Astoria to step out of those shadows. Truly make a name for itself in the world.
We do quite well, but I'll hear you out.
Alright. Does anyone else have anything they want to say or ask of the Queen of Aresia?
Yeah. I'm going to do. I'm gonna step forward, take a knee, and hold up my fist the right way,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna say, Queen Helen.
She looks at you.
Since we are staying here at the palace, I heard that the artist Pelagon is around here. Do you think I could get an audience with him?
I don't see why not. He was working on a portrait of me, but sensed the heaviness in my heart, the distractions of constant war. We put the project on hold. Hopefully now, with Zakharos's defeat, he can once again find his muse, and I can once again find peace in my heart.
Yeah. I'll ask him about that.
All right. Anyone else have any questions for the Queen of Aresia?
I think that wouldn't incur. Immediately, it's a good thing I didn't do the talking, because I would have.
All right.
All right, before
None that she would answer.
before my meeting with the queen, I'm going to talk to the other chosen and let them know that it's just a political meeting. Phil's not that guy anymore, and he wants to kind of power play her into letting her in on the truth that Phil knows, to kind of force her hand into her letting us speak to Narcissus.
I don't think that she doesn't know. I think that it's admitting it was true would be their whole reason. You know, it does not look. Yeah.
Yeah, Phil. I mean, like when the Patrick Peace ended, right?
It happened.
Yeah, he turned into a dragon. Yeah,
Exactly. He's a flying hippo now.
yeah, I know
Like,
she knows. I know she knows, and
okay. Okay.
I basically want to like let her know
okay, that you know.
we know
Oh.
that he's a flying hippo and that he's not the god of beauty, and that he wouldn't dishonor her by making it public in her court, but he knows all the secrets from Narcissus, and it's in Orisia's best interest for them to let us speak.
I feel like this is we need big brains in here. Hypatia.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking the.
Yeah,
That's
Hypatia.
why I'm asking.
What do you think? You think that might set her off?
Honestly, I have a 6 charisma now. I just want to demand we're narcissists.
Yeah, but I mean, if we demand we're narcissists, that might be like a war crime, right?
Yeah. But I don't got much time.
I'll be
It's been
honest.
7 years.
Valis gave me a bunch of books on politics and stuff that I was supposed to read to help Anna, like unify the Indigo Islands, but I used them as toilet paper.
Wow.
You just said that to hurt me.
I wanted to also to double check. So I did unite the Indigo. So I would speak for the Indigo in a way.
No way, yeah.
Okay. Okay, just making sure. That's why I don't want to, do anything bad either.
I mean, is it a war crime to demand her to let us speak to the prisoner that we know she's keeping?
I smell smoke in my apartment. I'm gonna be right back.
I don't know if the P word's really appropriate. I mean, I don't know. What?
I mean,
Cairo looks for
I-
Reset, who's wearing like some Viking duds, and to Hypatia, who looks like she's about to burn the entire palace down, to Cyrus, who is now a monster boy, to Phil, who traded his intelligence for valor, and she's just shrugs. She says, "I don't know, let's try it."
I mean, I could try talking nice.
was I not talking nice?
I don't know if Parisians like nice. Do they like
I
nice
mean-
Reset?
I was trying to be respectful of their custom.
I mean, while we're staying
I
here, I
mean,
could
you-
try and catch the ear of the Ura. That she was his caretaker. So, as far as I remember.
I mean, I think Phil can just be Phil. I mean, he's honestly not that far from being a Regent, to be honest. Like, just show off your muscles, you know.
Okay, but
Maybe flex a bit as you're talking to her.
okay, but you've got to understand, the Phil me 7 years ago is not the same Phil. Okay, I don't
Do you
go
want
around
Do you want an
womanizing.
apple? I can give you an apple and you can just squeeze it. Just squeeze it in front of her.
Squeeze it,
Just crush it.
squeeze it accidentally.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, give me an
Crush
apple. That's I'll lead with that.
Okay.
Kyra snaps to attention. Apples? Wait.
Yeah.
Oh,
One
oh
apple.
it's just a
It's
regular
not.
apple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
alright.
We come on, Auntie. We would have smelled it.
Yeah, it's true. Some habits die. Some habits die hard.
We'll give you two. One to use at the start and one for an emergencies, okay? Don't use the second one unless you really need to.
Okay. Phil does the thing where he like licks his fingers and he does both the eyebrows. He's like, "It's all politics. It's gonna be fine."
Yeah, but while you do that, we'll go talk to the artist.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll look for
Um,
clues.
Oh yeah. Look for
If
clues.
you hear stuff breaking, I'll probably be okay. But you could come to anyways.
Okay.
Mhm, mhm.
Cause I'll bring this fucking palace down if I have to.
Oh dang.
Okay. Well,
Okay. All right. So let's go talk to the Pelagon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Servants lead you to Pelagon, who is painting. It's the most gorgeous painting you've ever seen. It is a landscape, but of no particular place. And he's deep. He's deep in it. He's in the zone. And every brushstroke is masterful. He's detailing at the smallest minute level. Like every single leaf is getting like a highlight as he creates this beyond photorealistic painting with acrylics. And he, sensing your approach, he stops. He sighs, and he does like a Mortal Kombat 2 sweep kick, and he knocks the whole easel over. And like the water spills on the painting, and it's just ruined.
Well,
And
could I?
I was trying to save the painting.
Was I fast enough to?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you're a 60th level monk. Yeah, if you want to try to save it, yeah.
Yeah, I'll
And he-
parry his sweep kick.
Oh. And he
So
says, why would you stop me? This painting is garbage. Everything I
look at
do
it.
is misery now. I have lost my muse.
Well, what is it a painting of? Like just landscape? Like what kind of landscape?
Yeah, so if you didn't know any better, you would say that it was the Fey, the sort of the Fey dark forest that you guys journeyed to in the
Past
Nether
temple?
Seas.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna look
Yeah.
at it and I'm gonna be like, nice. You ever been to the Nether Seas?
No. I have seen this place in dreams.
Do you see a lot of places in dreams?
Not anymore. It has been years since I dreamed of anything.
7?
Just about.
I'm gonna look
I
at
have-
Anna.
Yeah. I think it looks nice. Fine.
There is just no feeling in it. There's no life. When I still had my muse, I felt as if I could paint life itself.
You know, we've seen this place with our own eyes, not in a dream.
Yeah, it was pretty frightening. But it was still pretty, but
Pelagon.
there was a menace there.
Pelagon,
Hmm.
if the dreams don't come to you anymore, if the muse that you speak of isn't appearing in your dreams, perhaps the next step is to go find these pictures yourself.
His face kind of furrows a bit, and he frowns, and he says, "Adventure." Hmm? Ah, forgive me. I was consumed by emotion. I apologize. And he puts his fist against his palm, and he kind of nods to you, never lowering his eyes all the way. And he says, "Many thanks to you and yours. I have already heard of Zakros' defeat. You have saved our people. And here I am, complaining about a painting, when I should have been out on the battlefield, defending Aresia."
I'm gonna look around. Are there any Aresian guards or anything around here?
No, he's got his own little, like, very, very, like, white stone, white walls studio, a lot of white canvases, but that makes the color of his paintings and his paints and everything just really, just vibrantly pop.
I'm gonna lean in close and whisper, so I guess only Anna and Pelagon can hear. And I'm gonna say, "Look, man, I've been gone for 107 years, okay? And I'll never say this in front of another Aresian. But your art does just as much as these Aresians do. It's not all about fighting."
Yeah, don't you have in the
And
gallery? Okay, sorry.
we don't mention that here.
107 years. Where's the time gone?
There's a lot of things out there, Pelagon, that I don't think you've ever even seen, even in your dreams. I'm telling you. Staying here, sleeping, hoping that your muse will come back.
Something didn't happen to Diocletes, did it?
No, he's fine. He is distant. I think, in a way, he has lost his own muse. He tends the gardens with such intensity now. He wants Narcissus to look upon the flowers again. But alas, Narcissus refuses to show himself to us.
Has anyone seen him?
I am sure his attendants have, but Diocletes and myself have not. He remains cloistered away in his palace. Well, his temple, his palace. For those who
7
love
years?
beauty more than the martial path, it has been a heavy blow. Often I wonder if perhaps Narcissus was my muse, and his absence is what has broken me.
Sorry,
Perhaps.
didn't mean to get off track. Back to what Reset was saying. Things are stirring in the world again. There may be great things to witness if you, I don't know, get a leave of absence.
I am no prisoner here. I have traveled before, and I could travel again. I will think upon this. I'm assuming it is an offer.
I looked to Reset because I feel like that's where they were going with it, and I felt bad for interrupting the trains.
Pelagon. You've traveled before, but you've never traveled with the Chosen. I guarantee that you're going to see things that you've never dreamed of.
And how exactly does one travel with the Chosen? Your great ship was lost to the Serpent of Sky and Sea during the Battle of Mitros. I was surprised to hear that you even came at our call.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. It'll be obvious soon enough. She is. Do I need to roll a deception?
Yeah, for sure.
We're getting around Relibuff on
You
our
have
own.
advantage because as one region to another, he would have no reason to believe you would lie to him. So, okay.
Oh.
Mm-mm. He kind of smirks and says, something is still in the works then. That is fine. So I suppose you came here for more than just an offer of travel, and what can I help you with?
Anna, you took the notes, right?
Yeah. I last time we were here, I remember that Pura was the one that took care of Narcissus. How has she been?
And she
lately?
still does.
Has she seen? How has she acted lately? Anything out of the ordinary?
She has always been aloof. Some say that constant exposure to Narcissus has addled her mind. Totally makes sense to bask in such greatness and beauty, as frequently she does for so many years. She has served him almost her entire life. But I would say that she seems stressed.
I could feel it. One siren to another.
She has not flown. At least not to my memory. In many years.
Okay. But now that Zakharoth is no longer at your border, so to speak, do you think the city will recover?
Of course. This city is eternal. It can never fall. And the spirits of its people are stronger still. Our first course of action, of course, will be to replenish resources.
It's when we were fighting him. He seemed very keen on getting in on it. Other than to
some of us were puzzled by his obdurate need to siege our city. While it is well known that we have great riches and certain artifacts of power, he has a reputation as one possessed of incredible skill, magic, strength, powers beyond that of a mere mortal. I must confess to a great deal of curiosity why he was so desperate to siege our walls and make it inside. Was it to prove a point?
Yes, maybe he was after the title of being the first to ever, get past your walls.
Hmm.
But still,
Overcompensation, perhaps, for his defeat, the Battle of Mitros.
And the queen herself, she had mentioned that you were doing a portrait of her, but she would not.
Yes, it was a process we began nearly 2 years ago. She sought to be immortalized in oil paint. I was going to try my best to mimic the work that hangs here in the palace, the painting of the Wolf Lord. Have you heard of it?
I imagine we might have seen it. Would it be prominently displayed, like coming into the palace?
My dearest friends, it most assuredly would not.
Oh. No, I have not. Tell me more.
All right. He leans in and he says,
Wolf Lord.
You are familiar with the history of Aresia, that it was founded long ago by
I know
the original queen.
Calliope.
Yes. And her Dragonlord lover, Carpathos, the Wolf Lord.
I only know of Calliope. I don't know much about this Wolf Lord.
Yes. Calliope had both a king and a queen, as it were. Two lovers, both Dragonlords, who abandoned the Order to find a better way, a different way to live. They helped Calliope found, protect, and build the nation of Aresia. It is thought that for those reasons, the city of Mitros has always hated Aresia, holding them accountable for the perceived sins of their founders. Regardless, there is a painting of him that is so real. When you gaze upon it, you can almost see him breathing.
And you've seen it?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
It is kept in the Queen's private wing of the palace. There is a facsimile of it in the gallery for the people to gaze upon and reflect. But no, they could never risk the true painting. It's far too precious.
Of course not.
Well, anyways, I hope to create a painting that's spectacular. It was a project I knew would take years, perhaps even a decade, perhaps longer. But I just could not seem to find a spark of creativity, nothing I tried. Materials, supplies, lighting, backdrop, clothed, nude, everything, anything, nothing. Nothing was enough. The Queen, I could tell, was growing frustrated. Her time is very precious, and I was burning through it like a hungry flame through a cheap candle. Eventually she called off the project, allowing me to save face. She says that someday we will continue it when I have found my muse, when she no longer bears such great burdens as the war and siege were bringing upon her. But I know the truth. She has seen in me inadequacy and weakness. I will never live up to the standards set by that great unknown artist. I will never match the skill of that masterpiece.
Oh, so you presume that this person who painted this quite dead, passed on.
The artist is unknown. I've done years of research trying to discover who created such a work, but it's fruitless. Anyways, is there anything else I can help you with?
Look to her sad. I just imagine like we're talking to him. He's like, "Yes, this amazing painting is in the Queen's private chambers," and then we cut to Phil.
Right, yeah.
And the Queen, and Phil's just like, "Yeah, that's a cool picture." And anyway,
Yeah.
Damn, you took my line.
oh damn it!
Let me see. I think I have the picture. Hold on.
I bet there's
I'll
something
just
hidden
tell
behind
him.
the picture. You guys just.
I'll just tell him to invite Diocledes as well. If he needs to find his muse as well, then perhaps an adventure would help.
He smiles ruefully and says, nothing will take him from his gardens.
Yeah, he's quite. I remember he was quite passionate by them.
I mean, we had gardens in the previous ship.
Yeah.
He could.
Yeah, I watered it most of the time because no one else remembered.
How was Rowan? I'm not there.
We had a flower girl.
And also, Dianthus would probably take care of most of the time. But... Oh yeah, we did have a flower. Oh yes, I remember. The satyr. Anyway.
Okay, well.
Yeah, hours late. We've taken much of your time.
The offer is open.
Yeah.
And we take our leave.
Yeah.
All right.
Flip out.
All right. So then, as you guys, as you flip out of the room and are discussing this great painting and all that, Phil, you are staring at the painting, and the most Bishonen, goth, edgelord, pretty boy. I'm not wearing no Greek toga for this painting. Guy is just staring you in the face, and it is eerie. It is like looking through a window, like he is just staring right at you with his wolf-like eyes.
How big is the painting?
Oh, remember? Oh, no, I'm so old. So there's this movie called Ghostbusters, and they made a sequel called Ghostbusters 2. They had a big spooky painting in it. It's kind of like that
God,
big.
I feel bad. I'm young. I don't remember
Yeah, yeah,
Ghostbusters.
yeah. So, so the painting is quite large. It is about 12 feet tall, and maybe about 8 feet wide.
Do not insult Vigo.
Yeah, the bad guy
Yeah.
lived. The bad guy lived in the painting, and it kind of rippled whenever the camera looked at it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at the painting and I look at Helen
You
and
play
I'm
Mario
like,
64? You know the
You
painting?
swear to God, you swear to God that the moon in the background occasionally, like, you can't see it because the clouds are moving. But when you look at it, it's fine. But when you look away and you look back, it feels like things are slightly different than they were before. And the queen says, who has brought you a bowl of wine, says, ah, yes, the Wolf Lord. It is a very haunting painting, is it not?
yeah, it's a nice one.
He
Oh, thank you.
and Calliope and Jacenna sought a new life, a different life here in Thylea. They turned away from Astreus and Xander's teachings and left the Order, founded Aresia. The Dragonlords never forgave them, and the descendants and Mitros carried that hatred with them for generations, till this modern day. I fear that nothing will ever heal those wounds.
Well, neither of us have much interest in Mitros anymore.
But I have great interest in Astoria and in you.
That's good.
Coffin smashed the apple. This is
Yeah, Phil pulls up the apple and he goes to
She
take
looks
a bite.
excited because they don't have any food, so she's like, her eyes kind of widen at the apple. So.
Yeah, he pulls it out and he goes to take a bite of it, but he just brushes it. He's like, oh, guess we're having applesauce. It's quite good. I don't know if you've had it.
She gives you this look.
I'll take out the other apple. The search opened for it.
No, that one's for backup.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Okay,
Well-
give me a I don't know, persuasion strength.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Let me give you that.
Thanks to the magic of Foundry, we could roll persuasion strength checks. All right, Phil, give me an insight check.
Yeah, strength insight.
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she thought that was pretty fucking cool for sure. Yeah. She smiles, but it's like a smile of someone that doesn't smile very much, and you can tell that she's trying to smile in response to your applesauce joke that you made 2 minutes ago.
Okay.
She
yeah,
says,
I'll be like,
"What of your queen, Honora? I have heard she is quite a flexible leader, and quite a flexible woman."
I think you would take a liking to her. You share similar qualities of strength.
I would very much like to broker an alliance between Aresia and Astoria. I am ready to have a child. And that's when you realize that there's a harpist in the corner playing sexy music, and there's bowls of wine everywhere, and there's aphrodisiac cheeses laid out on a platter. You're kind of suddenly putting all the clues together. And she says,
I'm sure you would be a fine mother.
yes, and I'm sure you could provide a strong heir. Just as you have for Astoria, you could do the same for Aresia. A child born of the king of Aresia and the queen... the king of Astoria and the queen of Aresia could unite our people.
That
I
is
don't,
quite an
I don't believe
idea.
this is too forward, since it is well known that Queen Honora has many lovers of her own, and as do you. You have children with many other women. It feels like a very practical and appropriate request.
We are in a polygamous marriage, and it's definitely not too forward. But I don't make decisions for Astoria by myself.
Ah, I thought you represented your nation out in the world.
I mean, of course I do. And I think a alliance between our nations would benefit us both. But of
Then,
course, it would need to be contemplated and discussed.
I see. Would you like to contemplate it further? And her heavily shadowed eyes kind of shift over to the bed.
I pull out the other apple. It's like, oh,
Okay.
I forgot I had another one. We can enjoy it. And I'll grab her hand and I'll take her over to the table and I'll start slicing it.
All right. So you are going to politically deflect this time?
Yeah, I'm politically deflecting the
Okay.
make a baby.
Well, good for you. Character growth.
Yeah.
All right.
But we do have much to discuss, and perhaps it would be best done in private. And I look at the harpist.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She shoos the harpist away. The harpist leaves.
Queen Helen. We the chosen, we do many world-saving endeavors, as you know.
Yes, I
And
lost one of my greatest warriors in the Battle of Mitros, and an even greater warrior was called away from me to fulfill prophecy.
yes, Aresia's sacrifice has not gone unnoticed. But it turns out that the world isn't completely safe, as you know. Zakroth was sieging Aresia for a reason. And we believe it lies with Narth.
She actually seems a little surprised at that. She has let her guard down quite a bit with you. And you actually see, now that the harpist has left, you actually see an emotional response of surprise. Seeing real emotion on this woman's face, it's startlingly beautiful in that moment. And then quickly the scornful mask kind of comes back into play. That is unexpected. I thought he sought one of our great artifacts of power that he would then use to continue his conquest of the continent. But Narcissus, that is intriguing to me. Why would he be after Narcissus?
Probably lies to his secret that you've been keeping the last 7 years. I know he is no god no more, and I believe I know where his divinity now lies. He's a dragon, not beautiful but fat. And you may not know this, but he's also my uncle.
You can see her jaw is shaking. And her eyes are kind of shaking too. You could tell that she's trying super hard to put everything into boxes right now. And she says, that is an interesting series of accusations.
You can call it accusations, but as you can see, I've taken every step to respect Aresia's decisions and your decision. I'm sure you have your reasons for keeping the truth secret, and we don't mean to step on that. But I'm sure you understand that our cause is just.
I understand. You're more of a politician than I gave you credit for. The unspoken is well heard. You will get your audience with Narcissus, the god of beauty. But you will
Very well.
answer no questions asked of you by others as to his condition, as to why he was willing to see you, as to his anything.
That is very reasonable. And I believe it would be fitting for us to accept your offer of the ship, so the public sees that we were happy with such a gracious gift of Aresia. And I will speak to my wife about your wants as well. I believe our cities could do great together.
I am impressed. You live up to your reputation. And then some. It is said before your father fell to ruin that he had a quick mind and a sharp wit to rival even his sisters. It is good to see it passed down. It would be better to see it passed down again.
One more desperate look at the bed.
Everything you have said is plain and fair and just. The hour is late. Perhaps this would be the best time to speak with him.
Yeah, that sounds great to me. We can
He
send for my allies.
He keeps strange hours now. And Philippocles. I don't know who told you he was fat, but he is still as beautiful as ever.
Oh, is he? Okay. Well, that was his sister. That's the bad, and she is quite the prankster.
I guess she just motions to the door.
Yep. Yeah, I'll follow in.
You feel the lingering gaze of Carpathos the Wolf Lord watching you leave.
I look back at the painting and I say, "Ahoy, hoy!" I'm kidding.
Man, if we were lower level, I would be so down for painting adventure. Real life.
Right. So, you guys reconvene in the guest quarters?
Yep.
Hypatia, were you Cyrus, were you guys getting up to anything during this time? Or are you just chilling in the guest quarters waiting to see what happens?
I mean, I guess I would have just hung out in the guest quarters waiting.
Okay.
I have a quick question. Cyrus, do you go around with like a big, like cool, like mantle cloak? Or do you you show it like
Oh, you mean like Disney Beauty and the Beast style?
yeah, kind of like that, or do you just
Oh,
kind of
man.
show it like raw all the time, just like it's like
Uh,
you don't care what people think of you. I'm just curious as a player.
For the most part, he keeps like a cloak up over him.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's why Kid kind of has the kind of desert wanderer look to him.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh, like you always have the hood up.
Yep.
It's pretty dope.
But I can kind of change my features a bit too when I need to.
Sorry, I didn't.
Oh, no.
Just wondering how you went on Zeddy.
You know who would seek you out in the guest quarters though, to fight you? Torius of Aresia.
He's the master of elementals, if I remember right.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's-
definitely wants to throw down Cyrus if you if you don't have anything better to do.
It's been a while since I've got to use this hammer.
I would love to test my might against the king of monsters.
And just because we can, we'll pull back the hood, and at the same time enhance the bestial features to do an intimidation check.
Ooh, okay, go for it.
And I guess this will have +4 to it.
This could be strength or charisma since you're using your body.
Well, with my ability, I get to add my strength score in addition.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, he he's a Orisha monk master, but he definitely he gives a nod, an emotional nod. Like he's registered emotion from your intimidate. Come on, let's go fight. I have the perfect arena. We just installed some lava.
All right.
All right, so you guys go off to fight?
Yep.
I guess that just leaves Hypatia and Skilla just chilling in this guest room.
I mean,
Or
I
this
probably would
guest
have
room.
gone with Reset and
Oh, okay.
but just looked grumpy the whole time and not said
Some
anything.
some brooding, kind of brooding in
Yeah.
the back. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Do you guys-
Now, Hypatia, in all of your studying of exotic magic, there is actually a school of magic that never really caught on. That does involve painting. So there is actually magic in painting, like a wizard to like school of thought and practicing that involves essentially painting. Allegedly, such wizards are able to conjure forth, much like an illusionist, whatever they paint.
It's not a
Uh,
very serious discipline, it's for those that
it evolved. It evolved into the College of Creation Bards, but yeah, it had its origins in wizardry. So, but the performance part of it, the bards got a hold of it, and then it just So
You still got the scribe class?
Yeah,
I
right,
feel like
right.
they could like draw pictures, and
Yeah.
make things come alive. That'd be cool. Do you guys think it'd be worth trying to talk to the Siren, if we can find them or no?
We've got our audience now.
Oh, well, we don't know that yet, but I guess assuming
well,
Phil
yeah,
comes and
yeah,
tells
yeah.
us that, then I'm thinking
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
and then he comes in and we're good. All right, so
So
great.
I'm gonna be honest. This boss monk of Aresia, he's only CR11. He's only got a 22 strength and a 20 constitution. He's only got 200 hit points. So pretty sure that you whooped his ass. So yeah, we won't even roll for it. What a joke. Those stats. We bring that to our homebrew level 16 plus game. Get out of here, son. All right. So after you, I mean, I'm assuming you do defeat him, right? You don't lose on purpose or something.
Yeah.
Do you?
No, we'll do a good exhibition match. type
Okay.
deal.
Okay. Cool. Imagine fighting Aang, but he's a 10-foot tall minotaur. That's kind of the fight you had going on there. So, I don't know if you did any cool shifting or anything like that, or if you just kind of stayed in your normal form. But he definitely wanted to see some monster forms. He was definitely trying to goad you during the battles.
He tried to put you in like a little stone box, started
Yeah,
crushing
yeah.
you.
Oh,
and then you just
yeah.
bust out.
Did you show him the ooze when you creep through the holes in the stone box?
Made a
Oh man. All right. So, you guys, I guess, reconvene later that evening. Phil, his marital vows still intact, and his political vows still intact. The ladies who went to meet with Pelagon, and Cyrus, who also engaged in some diplomacy with the head of the elemental monks. You guys meet back, and I guess you kind of dish to each other what you have learned.
Yeah, Phil, purchase everyone. We're gonna get to meet Narcissus. Ristet, thanks for the apples. They came in clutch. I broke one in my hand. I was like, oh, looks like we'll be eating applesauce. I think she liked
Nice.
that.
See, I told you you'd work well in
Great
Aresia.
job, Phil.
Yeah, I didn't even have to threaten her or anything. We're good. So everything I was saying before, you don't gotta worry about it. We're still friends.
Phil. We heard. Did you see a painting in there?
Oh yeah, there's this one with this creepy guy. He was like looking at me. It's where the clouds kept moving. But I mean, it was.
Yeah, he was an old
Yeah.
Dragonlord.
Oh, that was the Dragonlord?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Hmm.
Oh, I think she might have mentioned. I don't know. Something about wolves.
So
I was more worried about fending off her advances. She was quite persistent.
Oh wow. And you fended her off, right?
Oh yeah, strictly diplomacy.
Do I believe him?
I don't know. Do you guys believe him? You've known Phil for a while.
Okay. Well, I just found out.
Wait, here we go. I'm
that-
gonna throw this poll up. Let's see.
I just found out that I get to use Constitution for persuasion. So you gotta beat us passive 16 persuasion.
Are we just doing a poll?
Poll for what?
Yeah, I'll throw it up.
We don't need to roll.
Do we believe Phil? I want to believe Phil.
I'm just saying, this is the guy that the second we showed up rolled up on an orgy, he was like, "You guys can fight her. I'm good here."
That was such a long time ago, though.
Yeah.
So much has
True.
happened
You're
since
a
then.
dad.
True.
Then we will pick up next session with you guys getting your politically maneuvered, very secret meeting with the god of beauty, Narcissus, because nothing is wrong with him. Everything's great. They got a real god over here in Aresia. Everything's fine.
I can't wait for Hereditary.
Well, I'll let everyone know that I promise to keep Narcissus secret.
Yeah, we didn't make any oaths, so. So good job. I mean,
This
yeah, we
is-
should be very respectful and not. say
If
anything.
when you say the whole, but you didn't make any oaths, Phil's gonna. Well, I mean, the relations between this city and
No, it's very important.
it's very important.
I get it. Trying to learn these things. Working on it.
And for the rule of cool, I'll have shapeshifted into a Cerberus since we're in a lava field.
Nice.
Oh, very cool.
For the fight.
Yeah,
Very
I
cool.
bet he made like some lava gauntlets and was punching you. Yeah. that was
Oh
very-
man, sounds really awesome. Is there a class? Is there a class like that I can play in 5th edition? Don't answer. I'm still reeling from the life cleric revelation from Sunday. I'm still reeling from that. Like, oh my god. We
Well,
had
what
this,
can what can life clerics do now?
apparently they could heal you.
Yeah, they heal really well and effectively.
Yeah, like this, like level 3 life cleric's like, well, I healed you to full again, and we're just like, how are you doing this? And they're like, I'm a cleric. We're like, yeah, but what cleric are you? They're like, I'm a life cleric, and everyone's just like, huh, huh, like it's the greatest discovery of all time. We're just like, huh, yeah, yeah.
Wish I could heal. That's good.
You never see it. You never see it anymore. You never see it. You know, one dip in life cleric would change your life, Anna. One level dip in the life cleric would change your life. Because I think it's
always
it's,
max level.
well, it's just
heals?
it's front loaded. So you get like your wisdom bonus. Well, I guess I don't know. Anna's wisdom's not super great.
Charisma life cleric. Why not?
Yeah,
That's okay.
but
We do
Yeah.
things.
I'll manage. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I think by this
But it
point
was
you
really
guys,
nice.
yeah, have enough homebrew going. I remember Gyoza's druid took one dip into life cleric so that he could turn every good berry into a healing potion, amongst other things.
yeah.
Yeah, it was very good. It was a very good decision on his part. Oh
Wait,
man,
Also,
and are
druid
you
cleric
telling me
both
you're
wisdom.
looking forward to spending a minute to cast Arcane Recovery as your capstone? For one spell slot?
What?
is
The
that all?
Warlock
That,
capstone?
is that the Warlock
I
capstone?
don't. We weren't allowed to multi-class, right? I don't.
Oh no, it's all your extended spell slot. Okay, I'm sorry, you get 3.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hmm.
Warlocks.
All right. So we will continue next week with your secret meeting with Narcissus, and hopefully get some answers. I'm sure you won't end up filling your quest log up with a bunch of high-level things that you have to do.
You just
Yeah.
take a screenshot of that to-do list.
Oh yeah, I did. It's up here.
Okay.
Oh,
you have a document for it. All right, great. I just
Yeah,
we
yeah.
keep that just like
It just
second
gets
session.
bigger and bigger
yeah,
and
we'll
bigger.
just take a picture every session, see what happened to it. That was great.
Fantastic. All right. Quick announcements. Extra Life coming up. Trying to get information out this week about Extra Life. If you are interested in participating or supporting or running something for Extra Life, please get in touch with me. So the more people that I know ahead of time, the better we can plan around it. We're going to be running a ton of unique one-shots. Hopefully get like a magic tournament with some prizes going. Maybe we'll get some Vision game tournaments going. Maybe we'll just get together and play some metaverse
Jackbox.
Jackbox, right? You play Jackbox as your characters. I don't know.
Mhm.
Pretty fun. We did it in Mythic, and it was pretty fun. So it might be cool to have different characters in different games.
You could play Lotus.
Oh yeah.
Lotus.
And then there was what else? Oh yeah, just a lot of cool one shots that we're gonna run that weekend rather than run a big 24-hour marathon. It's gonna be a bunch of people running a bunch of different games. It's gonna kind of have like a little bit of a convention feel. In that vein, we might have some like Q&A stuff where people that are much better at Foundry than me might answer questions that people might have about Foundry. And then, if you are good at something or you know a lot about something or you like to talk about something, that might be something you might want to do for Extra Life. It's just kind of sign up and we'll stream you talking to people about stuff and answering questions. So it's very organic right now, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully it'll raise some money for charity this year. And we are still going to try to get as much prize support as we can for all the different things we're doing, and all the games we're running will be we'll be able to cheat with donations. So if people have donated for you or you donate for yourself, you can use those donations to power yourself up in whatever game you were playing in. So all that stuff is just going to keep that in mind. That's going to be the first weekend of November. We don't have a Hypatia next week, so that is sad, but we will still be playing. Monster Hunter game started. It's on Wednesdays. I think it's good. I think it's a good game. Production values are high. A lot of potential there. A lot of potential. We're doing very epic stuff. We are in the process of almost stealing one egg. So I mean, that's the kind of stakes
Heck
that we're
yeah.
dealing with. Yeah. It's we're low level. We're trying our best. And let's see. Oof. 2 Curse of Strahd games will be starting up in November. One will be on Thursday nights, one will be on Sunday nights. So if you're a fan of the whole Saltmarsh Sun, Saltmarsh Moon, they started at the same time. Where did things go wrong? Where did things deviate from each other? It will be a fun social experiment, I guess, if you want to follow both games and see what direction each of the groups takes things in. I will tell you right now, Sunday pretty spicy. They use the communist array, so they all have a 3 in one of their stats. So it is going to be a wildly flawed group in a low to no magic campaign with death penalties. It's just going to be, it's going to be a train wreck. It's honestly, every week is going to probably be a bigger train wreck. Every victory is going to feel like the greatest victory of all time. I can tell you right now. And I am sure that there's going to be some very early selling of souls in these Curse of Strahd games.
Oh god.
Yes. So,
No.
I'm very excited for all the things that are going on the server. And last thing, if you have not filled out the survey for 1D&D, we did playtest 1D&D. I'm going to put our commentary about the playtest as a separate video. Try to get that up before the survey closes on the 17th. So don't watch us play for 6 hours, because we played for 6 fucking hours. But maybe listen to our thoughts on it, because we did actually play it. We didn't theory craft it. We didn't pretend to play it. We didn't imagine what it would be like to use the rules. We used all the new rules. I ran an adventure that was specifically tap into and use all of the new rules. We used them all, and they were pretty cool. So all the haters out there hating on 1D&D, it's actually pretty good. And so if you have time, maybe listen to the outtake at the end, and then fill out the survey, because at least you'll be informed by people that actually played with the rules.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, go for it.
The survey itself is funny in the way it's like the first question asks, did you actually play test it? Like, and then asking what things you actually play test. Like, what did you actually play?
I wonder if people put no if it just auto throws them in the garbage can.
Well, that's why I ran it, because I was like, I was in D&D Next playtest. So what is now today 5th edition D&D? I play tested, 5th edition, and I wanted to be a part of this, and I wanted to help out. And the first question they asked me was, listen, bitch, are you backseat driving? Are you pretending that you actually use these rules? Are you theory crafting this shit? Tell me the truth. Did you actually play test it? Did you actually play test it?
That's what it felt like going through the survey.
Yeah, and I started crying, and I was like, I didn't. And I closed the survey, and I hopped on the Discord, and I had been sick for like 2 or 3 days, and my fever was, I think, finally broke, and I was like, listen, Sunday morning, I'm gonna play test these fucking rules, because I'm not gonna lie to them and say that I play tested it and then give my opinion, which I think a lot of people are doing.
What?
Yeah. I want them to see and know that people actually did playtest it, and we had concerns, and we had questions, and we found answers, and we had more questions, and it was good. Honestly, I really like it. I'm excited about the direction the game's going in. So, yeah. All right. That's all I got. Anybody else have any other announcements before we adjourn? Nope. All
No,
right.
good.
All right. See you guys next week, and also see you guys around the Discord.
All right.
Yep.
Thanks for playing, everyone. See y'all next
Bye.
week. Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Have a good night.
Night.